and an Igbo has to be taken to the center. We have to be connected to the center. We can't actually always be doing the divisive politics that we do over here. There must be balance, and then there must be that recognition of an Igbo, because there's a lot of things to be done down here. We have to be connected to the gas, we have to be connected to the rail, a lot of things we actually expect from the center. And then we feel that if we are all in opposition to this government, peradventure, we won't be remembered. What our work is mostly to educate, to give orientation, to our people.
Let's like and share while you're here.
Our people lack knowledge, and our people lack knowledge, and an Igbo has to be taken to the center. We have to be connected to the center. We can't actually always be doing the divisive politics that we do over here. There must be balance, and then there must be that recognition of an Igbo, because there's a lot of things to be done down here. We have to be connected to the gas, we have to be connected to the rail, a lot of things we actually expect from the center. And then we feel that if we are all in opposition to this government, peradventure, we won't be remembered. What our work is mostly to educate, to give orientation, to our people.
Let's get Facebook people here. I think Facebook is live now. We just need to get.
Our people lack knowledge, and our people lack knowledge.
This voice don't they irritate me a little bit, but we're gonna play it more often while we're in the live. But in the meantime, we already know what the topic is about. So feel free to like, share. Let's get this show started and see how it goes, right? See how it goes. See how the show goes today. How about that? All right, all right, all right. Let's see if we can put a thumbnail on YouTube. Let's see if we can get that thumbnail on there. We'll get this show started. Now, Facebook remain. I'm still working on YouTube here. Now, Facebook remain, and we'll get the show started. In the meantime, while you're here, let's like and share. Please, let's like and share. Please, please, please. Please, let's like and share. Let us like and share, please. All right, I think I got that thumbnail up. Hopefully that thumbnail will drive traffic. You know how it goes. Well, anyway, man, thank you guys for being here. Let's like and share. Let's like and share. Obi Cubana speaks, says Igbos must align with power. We have to get it from the center. You know how it is. Anyway, let's keep liking and sharing, and hopefully get more people here to join the conversation. How about that? How about that? YouTube is live now, so let's see. All right, YouTube is live. Let's get out of here and get Facebook live. But I appreciate you guys for being here. Make we like, share, and talk about this. And if you'd like to be a part of this conversation, feel free to request. But I might not see your request just because I'm still trying to set this whole thing up. But feel free to request. I'll see it when I see it, and I'll bring you up, and we can chat. We can chat. We can chat. In the meantime, let's like and share. Why would they try bring Facebook up here? So I'll go carry Facebook people along as well, you know. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. I thank you guys for being here. Like always, appreciate all of you. But let's like and share and get more people here to join the conversation. Let's get more people here to join the conversation. I appreciate you guys. By the way, I made this video, which is also somewhat interrelated with this one, somewhat, right? Where I said, where I was making the argument or the theory, say Igbos and Yoruba need to align for the South, in order to get anything done. And there's been a lot of reactions, mixed reactions from all corners. The people where they cost me, they cost me. The people where they agree, they agree. The people where they disagree, they disagree. Which is a good thing about conversations like this, right? Everybody no go agree with you. But anyway, that's a whole different conversation. So in the meantime, let's keep liking and sharing and get more people here to join this conversation. Let's keep liking and sharing and get this conversation started. All right, Facebook is going to be live in a minute. In a minute here, I'm almost there. I'm almost there with Facebook, and boom, we're live. How about that? Boom, 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 bada bing, bada boom. We are live on Facebook. All right, I think everybody is good now. I think everything is set up here. So, all right, let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, thank you guys for being here, man. I appreciate all of you. But hey, my Igbo brothers and sisters, let's talk about this. And other tribes too, as long as you're Nigerian, let's talk about this. Do we need to align with the center or make we they do this five aside? Some people say that five aside politics. Should we be doing five aside politics or should we align with the center? Anyway, let's play this one more time. Obi Cubana. I know he's gotten a lot of heat from joining the City Boy movement. You know, I know he's gotten a lot of heat from Igbo people, especially him joining the City Boy movement. But let's play this one more time.
And Igbo, our people lack knowledge, and our people lack knowledge, and an Igbo has to be taken to the center. We have to be connected to the center. We can't actually always be doing the divisive politics that we do over here. There must be balance, and then there must be that recognition of an Igbo, because there's a lot of things to be done down here.
Yep.
We have to be connected to the gas, we have to be connected to the rail, a lot of things we actually expect from the center. And then we feel that if we are all in opposition to this government, peradventure, we won't be remembered. What our work is mostly to educate, to give orientation to our people.
Are they going to agree? That is the problem. That is
our people lack knowledge, and our people lack knowledge, and an Igbo has to be taken to the center. We have to be connected to the center.
Knowledge. All right, let's put that away and talk about this for 1 second. You know, Umu Bingos lack knowledge, and it's crazy because now you and your brother, Chief Priest, now they pander to those bingos, but now you're generalizing it and saying, people lack knowledge. People lack knowledge. People lack knowledge. No, now Umu Bingos. You need to sensitize those bingos to get out of that war mentality. You're not even that tough. You know, you went to war, they beat you. Relax. I've never seen any people who have like a sore loser like my brothers, these Biafran brothers. I've not seen any other like sore losers like this, right? I've not seen any other losers where they like this. Every other people where they don't defeat for war, they've regrouped, they've re-strategized, they've come back very strong and become better than ever. Better than ever. See Vietnam. We go war with US. Look at how Vietnam is today, thriving because they didn't sit back and still. There are US businesses in Vietnam today. The American businesses thriving in Vietnam today. Vietnam and US, they do business today. Vietnam and US fight, oh. Vietnam and US, then go war. Fight. I don't know who win the war anyway, but, you get the point. But they fought. But they didn't stick to their view. Oh, why they do us like this? Why they come our land to come fight us? Why they do this one? Why they do that one? No, after the war, everybody say, okay, you don't be, let's regroup. That's what everybody does. We never even learn. Kwashoko almost finished us. Kwashoko almost wiped a whole generation, right? What have we learned from that Kwashoko? What have we learned from that Kwashoko epidemic? We've been hammer Igbo children. What did we learn? Did we learn to now be what do they call them? Food security? Did we learn to now be sustainable in terms of food security? Did we learn to start growing our own beans, our own yam, our own cassava, our own rice? Did we learn anything from that? Did we learn to start manufacturing? Instead, the manufacturing where we've been get prior to the war, they're all gone right now, right? They're all gone. What did we learn from that war? We don't learn anything. Instead, these idiots now of 2026, with Nnamdi Kanu, their leader bingo, the biggest bingo, right? He's trying to push you people into something we go buy all of now. Him there for where in the London at the time, not in the Sokoto, but in the London at the time. They tell you like, go. When they buy all of una, he go still there for London. When they buy all of una, he go still there for London. Isn't that something? You can't make this up, man. My brothers, my Igbo brothers and sisters, you can't make this up. You really can't make it up. And this Obi Cubana now, I love that he has joined the City Boy movement. I can't be mad at that. How can I be mad at that? Whether it's for political reasons, whether it's for business reasons, whatever reason he went there is good reason. Except when you start pandering to Nnamdi Kanu, that's when it becomes a problem. And then when you want to make a speech, you now generalize. Oh, our people lack knowledge. Our people, no, our people, now you and bingos now lack knowledge. Because you're pandering to them. You're pandering to bingos. Chief priest come and say, oh, we went there so that we will go and release Nnamdi Kanu. What nonsense? Who sent you that work? Who sent you to, now you send Nnamdi Kanu to do the nonsense when you do? So who sent you now to go try to release him? Right? Who sent you to go release him? Who sent you that work? Right? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Braveheart say, how can you support him for joining the City Boy movement? I don't support him. I say I cannot be mad at it. I cannot be mad at it. It's different from I support him. And so what if I support him? Let's even talk about it. So what if I support him? What's wrong with that? Isn't he a Nigerian? Shouldn't he have freedom to join whatever he wants to join? What is the problem with him supporting City Boy movement? What is the problem with that? It's ridiculous. Now all this same mindset, now in the warriors, playing this five-a-side politics. Oh, we go do opposition. We go do opposition. Let me break it down for you, right? Southwest, Yoruba people. When waiting they call them, there has never been a time they've voted one way, and I could be wrong, but anybody correct me. There's never been a time Southwest has voted one way. They always split their votes somehow because they disagree to agree. Even during this last one with Obi. You see how Obi won some places, Tinubu won some places. Now so politics supposed to be. Now so politics supposed to be. But in our own case, if you dare say you dey vote another way, it's a problem. You become a target. It's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous, honestly. I think it's ridiculous. But hey, I agree with Cubana here, Obi Cubana here. He says Igbos must align with the center, with power. Power in the center now. So I agree with him on that one. But now waiting him now, how him and him brother take go about them. Now me I just get issue with. It's how they went about it that I have my issue with or my reservations with. Because if you want to join something, join something. Nobody today one side they say, oh, want to go and release Nnamdi Kanu. Why are you pandering to that dude, man? Why are you pandering to that dude? That dude, I bet you, man, if they release that dude today, he go come out and talk say he be gay. He did that shit to Peter Obi. Peter Obi, until this day, Peter Obi cannot even open mouth and condemn that guy. What did he even do? Man, where open mouth, talk say you be homo. Man, where open mouth, talk say you be homo. You still cannot even see what he did. Yo, it's beyond me, man. Unfucking believable, man. It's beyond me. Chukwuka Okenwa, thank you for joining from Facebook, Jerry. You say it's only a fool that puts all his eggs in one basket. I agree with you. My brother. And if you're on Facebook watching us, please leave a like and leave a comment as well so we can know that you're here. My setup, they allow me see the list of people waiting for Facebook, but I can see the list on TikTok, and let me go ahead and shout them out. I appreciate you guys for joining, man. Isaac Nice, Ochiwa TTT, thank you for being here. Harry K, Chooks, Akinyomo Akin, thank you for being here. Victor Agun Tuai, Emenix, Ade CR, Fatu Sila, My Style, thank you for being here. Patience Lori, Sammy, Choki, Oshane Gaza 10, thank you for being here. Miss Tammy 14, Frank, Sweezy, Slashy, Baxton Honor Iboria, Yusuf, Ekene Oyenkwere, thank you for being here, my brothers and my sisters. I appreciate you guys. If you're on Facebook, we'd love to shout you out. Just leave a comment, leave a hi, like, share, all that good stuff, and we'll shout you out. And if you'd like to join the conversation, please feel free to request on TikTok at Beer Parlour Podcast. Follow us on TikTok at Beer Parlour Podcast. If you're already on TikTok, you want to join the conversation, feel free to request. Let's have a conversation. We get let me see. We have 1 hour 42 minutes more to be here today, and before we head on to other things for the day, Anyway, I appreciate you guys for being here. And again, Obi Cubana, I love the dude. Entrepreneur. I can't be mad at that. Entrepreneur. Businessman, hustler. He's the next generation. He's the future. Now him be the future. Atoeze where we they see. Now the future Atoeze be this. Now we they see the Igbo leaders that we are going to see in the future. Now them be this. But these men, my problem with them still is they still cannot condemn Nnamdi Kanu. They still cannot condemn Nnamdi Kanu for their life. They still cannot say Nnamdi Kanu, what do they do? They wrong. And you know what that tells me? That tells me pretty much that they support the bullshit this man does, right? That's the only place I have a problem with these guys. Now the only place where I get problem with these guys with that. Everything when Nnamdi Kanu is glaring to every other person except Igbo people. They shine. He won't blind other people except for Igbo people. Except for Igbo people. And you go open my now, they say, oh, our people lack knowledge. No, it's not our people lack knowledge. You too follow for people who lack knowledge, my brother. I agree with you on the Igbos must align. I agree with you. Let me play this video one more time. I agree with my brother on the Igbos must align. I definitely agree with that. I can't be mad at that.
Our people lack knowledge, and our people lack knowledge, and an Igbo has to be taken to the center. We have to be connected to the center. We can't actually always be doing the divisive politics that we do over here. There must be balance, and then there must be that recognition of an Igbo, because there's a lot of things to be done down here. We have to be connected to the gas, we have to be connected to the rail, a lot of things we actually expect from the center. And then we feel that if we are all in opposition to this government, peradventure, we won't be remembered. What our work is mostly to educate, to give orientation to our people.
All right, I mean, we've heard it from the man himself, right? We've heard it from the man himself. But hey, man, listen, I agree with the
our
man.
People lack knowledge.
I agree with him. However, when you yourself cannot condemn some kind things for your land, then it's a problem. It's a problem. It's a problem. When you yourself and amongst other Igbo leaders no fit condemn waiting they spoil Igbo land, it's a problem. Isaac Nice, thank you for the heart. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. When you yourself no fit condemn waiting they happen for Igbo land, you sit there and be saying our people lack wisdom, our people lack knowledge. You too, you lack knowledge, my brother. You too, you lack knowledge. Hey, let's like and share, and if you'd like to join the conversation, please feel free to request, and we'll bring you up and have this conversation. We have about 1 hour 30 minutes more to be here today before we head on to other businesses, right? Before we head on to other businesses. All right, Braveheart says you can't use the two interchangeable. What do you mean, Braveheart? Braveheart also says understanding is how you interpret it. Knowledge is information you acquire through experience. Braveheart, you have a lot to say. Request, let's chat. Let's talk about it. Jude on TikTok says, what is the difference between knowledge and understanding? I guess Braveheart is responding to you anyway. Braveheart also says philanthropist. He's here. Yeah, says they don't just lack knowledge, they lack understanding. Join. I don't know. I just want to trash my people now. Make gonna take them easy. One yokwa. Make gonna take them easy. We're gonna know to trash my people. I beg, leave my people alone. Now bingos be the problem. Bingos are the problem of Igbo land. I'm telling you, these Biafran war apologies where they never even see anything. Do you think war is fun? The one where you go, they almost exterminate your race, right? The one where you go, they almost finish everybody. What are the lessons that you learned from the war? Nothing. You don't learn anything from the war. But still, they monger this war. Monger. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. And everybody's, you're not going to be the same. What is going to be different? Tell me what's going to be different. Which country is going to stick out their necks for you? What do you have to give anybody? What bargaining power do you have to give it? When Ojukwu get the whole of the South and most of the South and East, oil and all that thing, he couldn't even negotiate. Fucking man. Oh, man. That fucker couldn't even negotiate, man. That fucker couldn't even negotiate to get people on his side, man. Now where you don't get a lot, you don't have a lot to give. What do you, yo, man, take that shit out of here. Anyway, Jude says Obi Cubana can join any party, but for him to say Igbo lack knowledge is wrong. Absolutely, Jude, I agree with you on that. Absolutely, there is a way he can. Absolutely, I agree with you. And if he says we lack knowledge, him too lack knowledge because him never see what the root cause of all this problem. He never fit call him out. Him never fit call him out as well. The root cause of all these problems for Igbo land, he never call him out. So him too lack knowledge. Not be only us, we lack knowledge. You know, you can't exempt yourself. You can't exempt yourself, my brother. Anyway, Braveheart. I don't know. Braveheart has a lot to say here. I don't know when they refer to me. I don't know when they refer to other people. But anyway, it's what it is. Jude says Obi Cubana has never come out to condemn Kanu. Absolutely, that's the same thing I've been saying, right? Now the same thing I don't talk here says. What Obi Cubana said is wrong by saying people lack knowledge. I think Obi Cubana here is the one that lack knowledge. He can't even condemn what is happening in Igbo land. Yeah, absolutely. 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 Henry Obiora EJ. Henry Obiora EJ says just a few days after joining APC, he now has knowledge and others lack the knowledge. You don't see him now. You don't see him. You don't see how the life be, Abi. Just if you don't join APC, then you don't get knowledge. Every other person don't get knowledge, Abi. Anyway, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And in reality, Nahim will lack knowledge because waiting the apple for Alibo, he never fit condemn him. The estate where in the build now, the real estate company where in the build, in can go Asaba. Why no build them for Anambra? Why no build them for Oka? Why no build them for Navy? Okwa Shembi Anambra man. Why no build them for Anambra somewhere for Oka or for Onisha? Why no build them there? In can go Asaba. Eh? There's a reason he didn't build it in Anambra. There's a reason he's not developing that real estate in Anambra. But still, he cannot even open his mouth and say why. And call it out. And hope for the best. That no, he cannot. Because he too probably is a bingo. Probably is a bingo. Most Igbo leaders na bingo them be. It's that one no be something to shy about. Most Igbo leaders na bingo. I love Peter Obi, but come on, your antecedents, man. Your antecedents, they tell us they be. I don't, bingo is too harsh to use for my boy, Bingo is too harsh. He's a Biafra apologist. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. He's an Nnamdi Kanu apologist. Let's put it that way, because bingo is a little bit too harsh to use on the man. I love the man, but, he can't call these simple things out. Peter Obi na Anambra man. Peter Obi na Anambra man. Will he say he doesn't know how Dora Akunyili's husband died in Onisha? I live in Onisha. My house is in Onisha. Will he say he did not hear about what happened in Onisha to Dora Akunyili's husband? And who was responsible for it? He no go talk about him. He won't talk about it, But I love him though. Anyway, hey man, thank you guys for being here. Let's keep liking and sharing and get more people to join the show here. And hopefully we can get a guest here, because I don't like talking to myself alone, man. I don't dare for 25 minutes now to talk to myself. Make una help me. Help me and like and share. Let's get more people here to join the show so we can have a conversation. I not just want to talk. Anyway, let me salute the people who don't join so far. Thank you guys, man. Isaac Nice, thank you for still being here. Braveheart, Amarachi, my sister, Amarachi Ann of Webu, make una check her out. She also hosts shows like this to talk about Igbo progression, Igbo advancement, all that good stuff. Thank you, Amarachi, my sister, for being here. Riman Sean, thank you for being here. Fatu Sila, Victor Rankin 148, Slashy, Cocktail Man, Yorubani Me, BJZs. Thank you for being here. Harry K, Wendy Anyanwu, Akin Omo Akin, John Bosco, Emenix, Kadibia, Ghana, Mix 001, Chooks, Onodugo. Thank you for being here. Tough. Thank you for being here. Franco Nero, UK. Thank you for being here. Minister of Violence, my brother, my Wahala brother. Thank you for being here. K Granny 7, My Style, Patrick Egege, thank you for being here. Tony Chekwas, thank you for being here. Victor Aguntwai, Fedila Jack. Fedila Jack. Make una pardon me how they call on a name or I beg. You get my tongue be. My tongue no they respect itself. Make una pardon me. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. Sosa Savi, Winst King, Nick Berg, CC, Wango, Slashy, Timoba, Gold Medusa, Ngozi, Ade, Ewa, Yorubani, me, Leo, Wendy, Anyanwu. We have Roy, Ele, Wale, Agi, Hustling Emeka, my brother. Thank you for being here, Hustling Emeka. Make una check out Hustling Emeka and they also host shows on Igbo Advancement, Igbo Progression. Now, waiting we done. No mind Obi Cubana. We just join APC now. He don't get knowledge. Not only I'm getting knowledge now because he don't join APC. What of Michael APC? Wait there for APC since, eh? Anyway, listen, man. Follow for follow, my brother is here. Follow for follow. Make una follow for follow. Follow for follow. Follow for follow is here. Bola Abetola. Victoria by Ryan 618 Eddie. Dollar Pounds. Faith. Gerd Services. GERD Services. Ivy Johnson. BJZs. We have Khadija. Truckers Life. Naija or Nija. I don't know. Debbie Com. Emmanuel. Harry K, Jess Johnson, KB Jeff, Muba, Gloria, Sahid Asela, Victor Okina. Thank you for being here. I appreciate all of you, man. On Facebook, if you want me to shout to you out, just feel free to leave a comment and I can see your name there and shout you out and read your comment as well. I thank all of you guys, man. But yeah, absolutely. Igbos must align. Igbos have to align. And Tony Chekwas, thank you for the roses, man. I appreciate you. Tony Chekwas. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Anyway, Igbos must align. I agree with that sentiment. And I made a monologue the other day talking about the alignment we need now with Yoruba people. We need to align with Yoruba people because they're the second biggest, largest tribe in the South. Naturally, now then we're supposed to align with. They're not the second. I don't know who big pass, as in terms of numbers. But most likely Yoruba get numbers past Igbo for the South. But you get the point. Now, we are two big tribes in the South. We need to align. We need to align with Yoruba in order to hold power. The way PDP hold out power for 16 years, I be 24 years, I don't know. If it can repeat again, it has to be with the Yoruba people in the South. If the South can repeat that, it has to be with Yoruba people in the South. That is how it has to be done. Anyway, listen, man. Let's keep liking and sharing. Tony Chekwas, thank you for the perfume, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Let's go to the chat here. All right. Nduka Uhere Bite from Facebook says life is all about evolving. Absolutely. Thank you, my brother, for being here. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. Let's see who we have here on Facebook. Let's see who we have here on Facebook. All right, there's not a lot of traction on Facebook, but we have some people there. We have a few people there, and I thank you guys for being there. Appreciate you. But anyway, if in a conversation I won't get here, we've been here for almost 30 minutes now. Nobody's trying to have a conversation. Make una help me and have conversation with me. Make I no choke on my words. Hey man, feel free to like and share. Let's get the show started. The show only gets started when there's a guest. So let's like and share, and hopefully the live is gonna go to somebody who wants to have the conversation. I see all of you here. I know you guys love the topic. That's why you're here. But you don't want to talk, and that's okay. But let's share, and get the people we want. The people we want to join the conversation. Let's get them here to join the conversation and have that conversation. Respectfully, though. Respectfully. It has to be respectful. But anyway, listen, man. Listen. The problem, in my opinion, is not even the alignment. The problem is sensitization. We need to sensitize ourselves. That has to happen. A lot of the sensitization has to happen. Because this aligning. You can talk about it from now to tomorrow, but you see what happened in Owerri. When the city boys came there and said village boy overrun the place, right? So, if you don't sensitize people, and instead of you to sensitize them, you come, they tell them, say they no lack knowledge because you don't join APC now. Every other person no get knowledge. Only you get knowledge. You know, if you don't sensitize them and you want to force it down their throat, you know they walk, you know they day too easy like that. Change, you know, the day easy for anybody. You know, change, you know, the day easy for anybody. So you have to do the sensitization, gradually. Hold yourself too accountable. Don't just go there and sit on a fucking moral high ground and be like, oh, our people lack knowledge. Our people lack knowledge. Not only you will come get the knowledge. Our people lack knowledge. Make we play them again. Our people lack knowledge. And only you can't get knowledge. Obi Cubana. Eh? Our people lack knowledge.
Our people lack knowledge. And our people lack knowledge. And an Igbo has to be taken to the center. We have to be connected to the center. We can't actually always be doing the divisive politics that we do over here. There must be balance, and then there must be that recognition of an Igbo, because there's a lot of things to be done down here. We have to be connected to the gas, we have to be connected to the rail, a lot of things we actually expect from the center. And then if we feel that if we are all in opposition to this government, peradventure, we won't be remembered. What our work is mostly to educate.
Absolutely. But, you know, don't place yourself in the moral high ground and be like every other person no get sense. No, only you get sense. All the things that happen for our Igbo since. Waiting, what have you done about it? What have you said about it? What you don't do about them? Instead, you carry all your investments. Go, even that your dogu bitters, that your gogoro way they say. Is the factory in Anambra? Let me see. Before I begin the talk now, they can say, talk what you know, talk what you don't know. Let's see. We have Odogu Bitters factory there. Let's see Odogu Bitters factory. Let us see Odogu Bitters factory. Which investment you get for that our southeast? Ogun State. Oh, the main production factory is located in Ogun State. Ogun State. Now you carry your Odogu Bitter. Anambra no good to get to Odogu Bitters factory. You see the point I'm making? You see the hypocrisy, right? You see the hypocrisy. You see the hypocrisy. You come out here, they run your mouth. Our people lack knowledge. Our people lack knowledge. You, the knowledge you get, what you don't even do. I mean, as you join APC, then give you the knowledge. How does that one work? Now, as you join APC, then give you knowledge. Make we know, I beg, Baba, give her now. Let me see if this. I don't know why it's transparent. I don't know why it did transparent though. It's supposed to be dark, but it did transparent. Now the AI, oh man, I don't have any. Let me see. Yeah, okay, that one helps a little bit. Okay. Anyway, I don't know, man. It's there, right there. Let me see. I can bring and come my brown skin. Brown skin boy. I can bring and come my. Oh shit, I can't see the shit. Anyway, it didn't no one show. You know one show. Let's see, maybe I can. Anyway, fuck it. But the point is, it's in Ogun State. That's where it is. That's where it is. In Ogun State. Your real estate development, Asaba. Which one you get for East? And I could be wrong here. I could be wrong. But which one? I don't know, at least I don't know, Sha. But which one you get for East? Our people lack knowledge. Bring the jobs to East. The reason why insecurity there for East now because boys no see work do. Now because boys no see work do. Oh shoot, make una no vex for me now they see una request. I dey here they ask for people to request since they request. I dey here they talk to myself. Make una no vex. Make una no vex, I beg. I dey here they ask request. I dey here they talk to myself since make una no vex, I beg. I'll bring you up now. Sorry about that. Apparently, I like to talk, Abi. Bullshit full my mouth. More than no verse for me, I beg. I did had the talk since they thought bullshit away from my mouth. But anyway, August Parks, and there was another person. I don't know if you dropped. Oh, all right, here. All right. Let's start with Mr. August, and thank you for joining. Our first guest for today. I'm doing good, my brother, Mr. August. Let's hear your thoughts on the topic. Thank you for joining.
Okay. Well, for Mr. Yebu, who said Igbo people should align, one of the things we need to remember is when people do life as business, they see everything as transactional. He was using his own state of transaction to talk to a full ethnic nation. And I think he was misconstrued and he was wrong.
Mm.
Firstly, I will take it a little bit back that he did not get a clear picture. He was just brought into the political campaign of the City Boy movement because of his online presence. Iyebu can be very charitable and public with his charity, but he has never been someone who is heavily involved in the political and ethnic dynamics of Igbo Nigeria, particularly what it is now. So his communication is coming from where he knows, and as a business person, whoever does business want to talk to you in business terms. So he's asking them to align for profit and gain, but he forgets that politics is a zone of intense sentiments, is a zone of extreme negotiation. And so his language was uncouth. It shows you that he doesn't have a political advisor because what I expected them to do with the city boy movement, which of course I would say to Barrister Sheyi Tinubu, or Sheyi Tinubu is a lawyer, before you get those people together, make sure you have a team of political strategists and communication strategists to talk to them, or else this misfiring will keep occurring over and over and over again.
Yep.
That is where Iyegbu made a mistake. The only reason I'm disappointed in Iyegbu is a bachelor's degree holder. He went to UNN. He should have got together a bunch of his friends in high school or the university, and they talk about communication, strategy, and what exactly the Igbo people need, because technically the bulk of his business transactions don't happen in the eastern Nigeria. So he is technically out of place. But given that the social media currency of today and politics, it makes sense that people like Sheyi Tinubu will get Mr. Yegu to do the city boy racket thing, which is understandable. So I will ask Igbo Nigerians to pardon Mr. Yegu for his use of the word alignment. But they should realize that it's like when you get a pastor to talk about mere food, he will start using religious or church lingo. So Iyegu was using a business lingo. Igbos should forgive him, but they shouldn't throw away the baby with the bathwater because there's a lot, plenty day front where they know they see, plenty day front where they know they see, because this matter where we dey so heavy for mouth.
Yep.
Heavy for mouth. Who not sabi do go do anyhow, and when this whole movie clear, now there we go know say. According to one of the greatest indigenous Igbo folklorists and musician as well as philosopher, and I went over there. So if you want to be amongst the Ndi nwe obodo, you better be in the mainstream, Makana. If you're not there, in nwere obodo, or kwakona ka ị nọ. And when you're there, you're not actually doing anything for anybody. If you're not on the table, you're on the menu. And I will advise Eastern Nigeria Igbo not to be on the menu. They've been on the menu for too long. They better be on the table. And no matter what you do, make sure you're not being eaten, because it seems for time, Igbos have found it comfortable to be on the menu rather than be on the table. And that, for me, as someone who had some of my education in Eastern Nigeria, scares me for them, because sometimes I wonder, where is this leading to? So I will ask Igbo people to forgive Yegu, but pay close attention.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. August, and thanks for joining. And if there's any takeaway, we will not go take away. If you're not on the table, you're on the menu, and it makes a lot of sense. If you know there for table, we had in the discourse. Now, now you didn't the discourse. Now you didn't the chop for that table. That's how it be.
You know, I grew up in a multi-generational house. I was raised by my great grandparents. My great grandpa had 3 wives. My grandpa had 3 wives.
What of your father?
My father ended up being a monogamist.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but you know, my grandmother was the first of the wives.
Hey, don't just come here and interrupt, please. Who's that? Please, please. We're having a conversation. We'll get to you in a moment.
So because of it, I learned a lot about negotiation from my grandma, because she told me that I just returned from my business trip and there was a full canopy in front of our house. My husband was marrying the second wife.
Oh my. Oh my.
If I leave that house, all my investments will go.
Yeah. Oh my.
If I must stay, I must know my enemies, know my friends, and know when to make alliances.
Yeah.
And remember that smile does not mean friendship.
Yeah.
I ask Igbo Nigerians to please negotiate and get on board, because it doesn't make sense that your closest neighbor is someone you don't trust. Your neighbor is your first brother, because before you could go home to call your brother, you feel bad. So yeah, if you're not on the menu, if you're not on the table, you're on the menu.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. August. Appreciate that. Mr. Nduka Uhere from Facebook, he says alignment with Western Nigeria is the best thing Igbo can do. Totally, I agree with you, my brother. But let's keep it moving. Thank you, Mr. August, so much for breaking the silence here. And I mean, just talk to myself. I go say, I don't like to talk to myself, but I could just talk on and on. But hey, man, I appreciate you guys for joining. It's more enjoyable when there's a few more people talking, having conversation. It's more, the show gets more enjoyable. And I appreciate you, Mr. August. Thank you so much. But let's go to Tony Chekwas. Tony Chekwas, thank you for all the gifts, man. I appreciate you, and thank you for requesting as well. Let's hear your. Make I give you a round of applause first.
Okay. For me,
yeah.
If you really have followed the Nigerian politics, it's not just getting aligned with the West. You understand that if you follow it very well, you see that I'm not trying to antagonize anybody, any tribe, but the truth about it, somebody that you want to align need to trust you. However, the West and the East, if not, if they just do it, let's just do the election without maneuvering, they can't be able to, hit the presidency.
No, the West alone cannot win elections either. The North alone cannot win elections either. No one tribe can win any election by themselves. But make I ask you, there's something you said about you have to trust who you are aligning with. What do you mean?
Yes.
What do you mean exactly? So let's talk about that.
Okay, what I mean is, I've met with a lot of people from the West. So they will even tell you that some of them will tell you, I've a friend, someone who is my friend, my colleague in office, would tell me, she told me in my face that she would not allow her daughter to get married with an Igbo person.
Two different things.
Sorry, I don't know who said that, but yeah, Mr. Tony Chekwas, I hear you on that. However, Choma, my sister, I see you. Thank you for joining. However, that your friend now or your colleague at work, right? That your colleague is actually wrong, because I can say statistics show, and you might ask me, where did you get that statistics? But I would say this, right?
No, there are some people, what I'm see.
The point I'm trying to drive at is, one second, Mr. Tony. the point I'm trying to drive at is that your friend, that's her bias. The reality on ground is that if you go Lagos registry today, marriage registry, Ikeja today, you go they see Igbo, Yoruba, then they marry every day. So that your friend, it's okay. Maybe that's her personal bias, and that's okay. Maybe she has an experience. That's okay with her. But the reality on ground is not that. Igbo and Yoruba, they marry. Steady. Steady. I don't know if you know this anyway, but steady, Igbo and Yoruba, they marry.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, if we're talking about alliance, the better alliance is with the North. For me, they are the people that if they are with you, they are with you. If they say they are supporting you, they are supporting you. The West will say they are supporting you, and at the tail end they will just change.
Why do you say this though? Why do you say this? You say it with so much like what's the word now? Like authority, like you know for a fact that if you follow them, then go change. Why do you say this?
Okay, like I said, if you're the person that have been following the politics, you know, the time immemorial, you know, from the time of Awolowo, even when, you know, when at the time they decided to come together to, you know, to resolve a lot of issues that came up as a result of political, you know, problems, you know, at the verge of, you know, settling it, when they had, you know, the conflict, the issue of you know, Biafran war and everything, at the verge of settling it, they change.
All right, let me ask you this, right? You said following, even though you didn't go in depth, I'm guessing you know exactly what you're trying to say, but you're holding back a few things. But when you mention Awolowo, what is the problem with Awolowo?
Awolowo was the person who, you know, who stood by him, by his, allies, that Igbos, you know, with the few Northerners, because they have believed, you know, the better alliance is with the Northerners, not the Igbos.
You're referring to Biafra, right?
Yes.
All right. Let me see. My guess might be wrong, but just give me 1 second. I believe Awolowo was like a deputy to Gowon. Was Awolowo?
Gowon was the point person, but Awolowo was the engine room.
Yeah. Just give me 1 second. Let me make sure. Make I know talk waiting, no they correct. But regardless, whether I be deputy or not. All right. Yeah, he was the deputy chairman of the Federal Executive Council and Federal Commission. So he had a huge stake in Nigeria. Awolowo.
That's what I'm telling you.
1 second. Yeah. 1 second, Mr. Tony, right? You see a man, remove tribe, whether it be Congo man, whether it be Guinea-Bissau man, whether it be South African man, you see a man that holds a huge stake with a country. And now another man come, they tell and say, make we go fight against this country. Think about it. You think because he refused, that's betrayal.
No, what I'm saying is, there was time, the issue of Abiru Accord, where after everything, they said, okay, let's go back to, you know, the what's it called? The
regional government.
The regional government.
Mr. Tony, what I'm understanding here is you're conflating issues. When you mention one thing, you know, when I give you a better argument, you don't want to even talk about it. But if you are bold enough to talk about it, maybe your opinion will change a little bit. You see how I broke it down for you, right? Awolowo, we can talk about the Aburi Accord, but 1 second, I don't know if Awolowo was involved with the Aburi Accord. My understanding, Gowon and Ojukwu and maybe some other top officials. But anyway, you mentioned Awolowo. Awolowo held a huge stake in Nigeria. Ojukwu, on the other hand, also held a huge stake. He was premier or whatever, or governor general in the East at the time. But he wants to fight Nigeria. He wants to fight Nigeria. He wants to break out of Nigeria. Awolowo will be deputy president or whatever he was, strong man for Nigeria, came to talk to him, Ojukwu, and say, my brother, this place where they go, Oza there. Ojukwu insisted, and Gowon left. Why do you see that as betrayal? And mind you, this is not what my parents tell me too, because they don't break it down. But you have to go and research yourself. You have to go and read yourself. I don't know. There is no place in history where Ojukwu and Awolowo agree. Say two of them go break out Nigeria. Then time reach. Awolowo leave them. There's no time in history.
No. What I'm saying is, there was no. I didn't say there was an agreement for that Ojukwu agreed with Awolowo that they're going to exit. I didn't say that.
So what is the betrayal? What is the betrayal?
The betrayal I'm saying is, haven't you also heard that? On
Awolowo, let's stick with Awolowo. What's the betrayal with Awolowo?
What I mean is, at that point when they were supposed to, agree that okay, let's go back to regional government. After the conflict, after a lot of people, a lot of lives were lost, let's go to regional government. Why? What's his name? The present Gowon was the head of state, and all of them they were in the table. They were there when they had the agreement, and when they came back, Ojukwu stood alone. He stood alone.
All right, let me ask you this question so that we'll move forward. I understand your sentiment on Gowon not holding to his own part of the deal, right? I can tell you that Gowon didn't have any reason in the first place to go with Ojukwu to Ghana. He had zero reason. Gowon was head of state. Ojukwu was governor. He had no reason. Just like Tinubu na president, Wike na federal minister. Or let's even take it down to Fubara na governor. Tinubu has no reason to go with Fubara to anywhere, but he did. But yeah, I hear you that he went back on his promise. That one day. But when you say the lives that were lost and the regional government something, let's even talk about the lives that were lost. It was estimated 30 lives were lost, 30,000 lives were lost. Ojukwu dragged us into a war. Millions of lives were lost. What is the point of what is this story? The point where the drag us go with the story, Mr. Tony?
Where I'm going is, if you're saying that we should align, the people to align with is not the West. If we should align, with the North, because the North has the voting strength. They have the voting strength. If you align with the South won't even give you that voting strength. They know that the people that have the voting strength. So it's better you align with the North. If really you're talking about Nigeria working with the inclusion of all the departments. If you align with Nigeria is made up of northern and southern protectorates.
Not anymore. Before
that
anymore.
Was then. Now
yeah,
northern and southern, that then. So if you align with the West, the West is still under the South.
I hear you. Go ahead. I
the
hear
West
you.
Is still under the South.
Give me puzzle.
So the North is not there. So
can I come in?
And that is what
no,
they
please mute
doing.
yourself. We're now one by one. We'll get to Mr. August. We'll get back to you when we don't exhaust the list. But I appreciate you. But just give us a moment, please.
So that is what they are doing. The West, they saw it. They decided to align with the North. That is why
not really.
They are being considered.
Not really. The West, Tinubu saw an opportunity and he grabbed it. Tinubu saw an opportunity where nobody else saw that opportunity. And shout out to Mr. Bambam. Now, Mr. Bambam been explaining this thing for me just a few weeks ago, actually. Tinubu saw an opportunity in not with the North. He saw an opportunity with Buhari, with an individual, Buhari, Buhari always had 12 million votes. Tinubu cite and say, this Omo, they get 12 million votes. Make I give him 3 million, we'll go win election. Make I give him 4 million, we'll go win election. That's what Tinubu saw. It wasn't, but I hear you when you say it's a better alignment with the North. Some people might argue that it's easier to align with people who day with you already for West, because there's a lot of similarities. For instance, Lagos, there's a lot of Igbos, waiting for Lagos. And in the West at large, we do a lot of things. We have a lot of things in common in terms of religion. I don't know about culture. We share culture, small, maybe not. But regardless, they are very close to us. We understand ourselves better. If we can align, then the middle belt, we can split that. The North, we can find something there. Buhari won election without getting anything from the East. So
that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah. But anyway, Mr. Tony, if you want to round up so that we can move forward though. If you want to round up with this
so my submission is for me, aligning with the West won't even give us what we want. For me, that's my submission. We better align with the North.
But I want you to take something away though. I want you to take something away though.
And that is what P2B is doing.
Fair enough. And I hear you, but I want you to take something away. When you keep saying this betrayal about the West, it's not necessarily fair. You see how I hold you on Awolowo. You couldn't even say something that Awolowo did that you can consider betrayal. There's nothing you can hold that
during that period. He was the one that mastermind that there shouldn't be the cut off food. He was the one that brought the idea.
Okay. Let me agree with you. Let me agree with you, Mr. Tony. Let me agree with you. Me and you, they fight. You come up with the mastermind of cutting off food. How is that a problem? No be war. There's a saying, there is nothing fair in love and war. You never hear that saying. It's a war. Ojukwu carry us go war. Was he expecting to be pampered in the war? Now war be that, my brother. Don't you understand that? Now war, whatever the Nigerian government did, they did what they had to do to win. Was it legal? Was it moral? That one is up for argument. But now war. Do you understand that? It's a war that we shouldn't have gone into in the first place. So again, you're bringing something where I never still see as betrayal. If he's working with the Nigerian government, why he not go give them idea to win war? Anyway,
okay. I think for me, my own submission is I prefer to align with the North.
Fair enough.
Than the West.
Fair enough, Mr. Tony. Appreciate it. Fair enough. And thank you for joining. All right, make we move forward, and I appreciate all of you now. Let's keep liking, let's keep sharing. I cite Ijele. Ijele is in the chat. Ijele said they know how to cry. Ijele. Odogunwoke in the East. Anyway, we have a co-host in the house. Mr. Bamba will get to you in a moment. Mr. Les the Prez will get to you in a moment. Choma is a co-host. Make we acknowledge our co-host. And I should be the only woman with a great come talk for this beer parlor show. I don't know. But anyway, Choma, welcome back to the beer parlor.
Now, what's up, guys?
Yep.
I'm disrupting my walk only for you, Kachi, and for this beer parlor podcast because
Thank you.
saying at my place with this. So one of the things that's interesting whenever we listen to these conversations is not really what is being said, right? It is the reasons behind it. And I think you said it rightly when you said the things that our parents told us, our grandparents told us, okay? The victims of war usually have a very specific version in their minds about what should have happened in the war. Oh, if a war is going on, they should not kill their children. They should not... That doesn't happen in a war. People forget that 1960 to 1966.
You're breaking, Choma.
Had leverage, had pinpoints that are different from the other ones, right? So this is why I'm always shouting about leverage, negotiating power, and the fact that even after all of this time, half a century later, our people are still very backwards when it comes to understanding what those things mean. What it means is that what you're calling betrayal from the perspective of the person who did it isn't betrayal. Because you think that because you were going to a war, that another person who may not gain from that war should join you, because that's the righteous thing to do. War is not been about righteousness, right? And there's a part of us that don't want Igbo people feel, a lot of Igbo people feel like we don't have to take accountability for the things that made us even persist in the war. Like that war should have been over in a couple of days. There was a time where it was clear that these people were going to kick our asses. There was a time it was very clear that we were not going to win. There was not going to be any permutation or possibility where we were going to win, okay? But Ojukwu and his inflated ego thought it was a good thing to continue, right? And when the shit got hard, he ran with his Mercedes-Benz and his family, and he got on a freaking, jet, and he fled. And your grandparents, your family members were stuck, okay, barricaded. You're talking about, the food embargo. That is what happens during a war. Do you think is like maybe just the tip? What the fuck do you think happens during a war? A war is literally, is the same way like if you were going into a divorce with your partner, and then you forget like all the times that you loved them and all of the sweet things that you promised each other. And you're like, you know what, we're going to this divorce. I'm going to get the best lawyer and I'm going to take you for everything that you got. That is what wars are. Now, in the aftermath of that, there is this sort of fascination and preoccupation that we have with this, they betray us. Yoruba people are betrayers. I have never, and I'm telling you, for as long as I've been alive on this earth, I've never heard anyone or had anyone speak about this betrayal in a way that made any type of sense. It's all emotional hogwash about how you thought, how you felt. Check on my wife, forget what, or I happened the house, but the way the house, hey, she must be hates me. Like, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen? Okay? Now, usually with wars, nobody kind of gives you the prelude. Like they don't give you the summary or the preamble. You just kind of find out. It's a fuck around and find out kind of situation, right? And when the war was happening, most people who were singing it, Wegiki Meri Biafra, you are running and hiding under the ground, putting your children under the ground because they are crying. Okay? That should tell you that Imam married this thing. Okay? Now, a lot of the Yoruba people in the Southwest were not even aware about the war. In fact, they were hearing about the war the same time that people in America were hearing it. They were seeing the pictures of those shocked children. This war happened in the current day Southeast, but Eastern region at the time. We bore the brunt of that war. The rest of Nigeria went about their life. These people were going to school, going to party. Is that betrayal? No. You wanted to fight a war. Ojukwu wanted to be the head of state. So he got what he wanted for 3 years. And somebody's going to be and say, why are you not? My father fought, your father was 14 years old and it was not his choice to go and fight in a war that he was going to be fighting with a stick. Okay? It's the same nonsense that I poor people were doing when they were throwing sticks at, military cars, thinking that, you would take a knife to an AK-47 fight or what? Okay? So there is a part of us that is looking to maybe Nigeria to have this come to Jesus talk with us and have this conversation and kind of reconcile our feelings about the war. It's never going to happen, unfortunately, because you've already declared no vanquished, no victor. So what that means is that every time you have a permutation of Biafra agitation, you want to restore Biafra, Nigeria, they clock and say, Yakwe Hollandia, this there, because Biafra, the word Biafra itself now means war in every context. As long as Nigeria is concerned, they sit in your house, they shout, Yoruba people are betrayers. Every day you are still in Lagos. Okay? Yeah, we see the note that we need to do whatever. And I get that. Somebody sat down and said, I can carry 3 million votes and add to this thing. That is math, that's calculation. I remember when I wrote the roadmap and I was like telling people and I said, I don't care how you feel about Tinubu, but you need to go and look at the blueprint of how he operated. People are saying, I said, shut the fuck up. Just focus on, you have to see what he saw. For him to take that bargain and he hit it, and that's why he come 2020, they call it, you say, Emi Lokon. He's not even telling you it's my Southwest people time, Yoruba people time, Lagos. In they tell you, say me, mua, 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 mua. Right? That's a thing where you have taken that calculation. So now you're saying, you're now turning that around and saying, oh, it's not that us that we think that we should go and do alliance with. What are you offering? People don't understand leverage and negotiation. Leverage and negotiation is not pinpoint though. It's not it's not no, those things are megi. Oh, I feel like Yoruba people are betrayers. That one is your pain point. That is not what you go to a negotiating table with. What do you have that the rest of the world wants? Nobody can answer that. They were talking about oil. Oil in the Bayelsa kitchen, we need to negotiate with the North. Wait till you get where the North need from you. They don't only tell you, say, if there's no president that is going to win in Nigeria that needs the Southeast to win. That should tell you something. Calculate inside your brain why Port Harcourt, River State is more important than the whole of the Southeast in the grand scheme of things. That thing is not clicking in your head. They shout, you need to negotiate. The Northerners, they tell you, say they want to negotiate with you. But you want to negotiate with? When you come to the table of negotiation, what are you negotiating with? Is it grievances? Is it marginalization talk? Is it the fact that I think that during the war, okay, so what? Even the fact that we can't even reconcile the fact that the person who led us to the war entered plane, leave us there. The deaths that happened during Biafra happened towards the end part. The ones that happened in the beginning and the one that happened towards the end. The end, now. Do you know what kwashiorkor is? It's protein deficiency. It means that vitamins in our bagging in one who protein. People were literally dying, and the leader of that war, not somewhere near a cruise. Now we're going to like first class. Now you are coming here telling me they betray you. In fact, most of the time I just listen. Because this thing is embarrassing. Because if our older uncles and aunties will be talking like this, we think they're going to teach the new ones. If our parents go to tell us this kind of thing where they'll make and way, in real life, we can't even use that information to go forward as Igbo people. Then what is the point? So it is your responsibility. It is your duty as a grown-up, as a full-grown adult, and I will not hold your hands nicely when I tell you this. If you don't want to read, go and read on it. Because there's a reason why every single time we bring up this war situation, you notice that most Nigerians don't know what we are talking about. They don't. Most Yoruba people don't know what we're talking about. Most Northerners, except for when the pogrom happened and they know that Ndibo, that Nyamiri, that's where it came from. You little Igbo children and Agano Hanasi, Nyamumini, and it was sounded like Nyamiri. It's Nyamumini. That's the only recollection that they have of any war, because the war happened in a particular location. Yet, the people that this war destroyed are still the ones who either don't want to learn from it, either the ones who are still making some like juvenile like calculations when it comes to politics. Now, to use 1 minute to wrap up my point and also answer the point of the whatever, I'll use the post that I wrote yesterday, and I said, our people go to shout, Nigeria is marginalizing us. Then our people will now go and align with maybe the leading party or the popular party of the day or the winning political party. And they go say, you be sabo toi, I got bored and blah, 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 blah. And then when they don't get the appointment, they go still shout marginalization. So which is it? Or do you think that somehow, if you go and play for Chelsea, they will go and give you award in Liverpool? Is that what is it that you don't understand about the fact that that even, and ironic thing is, most of these people like TRUMP. You like TRUMP? How many Democrats are in this administration now? So how do you not understand that? Only because there's a Yoruba man that is there. You think that if an Igbo man gets there, no, yeah, now. See her there. You think go give APC people. What if they talk? align.
Unbelievable.
We must play politics. We must remain relevant in every administration. Why? Because if you are a patriot, you should care about what happens to Nigeria, especially because the political parties themselves are not ideologically driven to the point where we must die because of the political parties. But we must align where we have the most leverage and standing point. When you look at people like Lady Bianca, you look at people like Mark, you look at people like Omahi. You think it's just because they were just there and they were shouting about and we are marginalized that they go give them that? No. People must work within a party. You must build a party for you to benefit from that. And if you think that's unfair, then go create your own party so that you too can shout and be local. I'm done.
Thank you, Choma. Thank you, Choma. You know, and one thing I take notes now so that I don't go forget. My brain know the two whole things. But anyway, the preview mentioned something about aligning with the North, like the previous caller also said, right? These people, the same way we there, or some of us are salty, the same way he is salty about, oh, Yoruba betrayer. That's the same way these people are salty too about the 1966 coup. And them, their own, even they're more objective than your own. Their own reason for not trusting you is very justifiable. You go buy all their leaders, buy Tafawa Balewa, buy the other one, what's be the other one, Amadou Bello, buy their people finish. No Igbo person buy. They are still salty about that, right? They talk you want. They've not forgotten about that. Now those people you want to go align with, but it's your opinion, and you're entitled to your opinion. But me, I'm just saying the natural alliance, in my opinion, I made a monologue about this. Now Yoruba people were they close to us, but you can feel how you want to feel about it, and you guys saw how when I kept pressing him, how are they betrayer? Why don't you trust them? He couldn't give a tangible reason, and he wasn't very comfortable, continuing the conversation. But we have another co-host, Ijele is here. Make I shout out people waiting for chat for Facebook, and then we'll get to Ijele. Leslie Prez, I know you're a little bit agitated. Yeah, Leslie Prez, I know you're a little bit agitated. We'll get back to you, but we get co-hosts for the show. The co-hosts no fit come, we go overlook them. Bam Bam is another co-host, but I know say Bam Bam go forgive me if I skip him and then come to you. But let's get to Ijele, and then we'll get back to you, my brother. Just pardon me here. Famu Bode Yinka on Facebook, he says Soludo said Tinubu will win in 2027 without Igbo. I don't know if Soludo they talk any higher sometimes, maybe he talk down, but I don't know if he said that. Kevin Alabi, he says Awo was the finance minister. What do you expect him to do, right? Right? First will be finance minister of Nigeria. You want me to follow you fight war? Can you imagine? Hey, man. And these are the things our parents told us. They didn't, now emotion. Joma said a pinpoint. Now leave your pinpoint. Talk about leverage. Make una they take notes. You see, I get pencil. I get my book. I don't get sheet of paper. I get book and they take notes. Pinpoint and leverage is two different things. Choma say, where they took you hand for eyes. Say that one na pinpoint. Leverage is what you bring to the table. Make una they learn this thing here. Make una they learn something here. Anyway, listen. Kevin Alabi, thank you, by the way, for being here on Facebook. The chats for TikTok plenty. We'll get back to that. In the meantime, make we welcome Ijele. Ijele, thank you for joining, my brother.
Thank you so much, my brother. I greatly appreciate.
Thank you for joining.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. To continue from where Choma stopped, or let me even go back to what the other speaker before Choma was saying. See, you are not even hearing everything he said. He's referring you to the part he likes. All of a sudden now, Ndi Igbo now love Northerners. Since when? The only reason they are not doing this is that they are trying to wash off the dirt they plunge Ndi Igbo into, and themselves, not me, because from day one, I'd never for once bought into any of that nonsense. They were saying, I never hated anyone because he's from so place or another place. He's telling you the not that by done that he means the one that P2B supports. You didn't realize he mentioned P2B at the end. So suddenly now, we are now going to love the Northerners. Are you understanding it? So it is they alone will tell you when to love people and who to love. Remember, El Rufai used to be a devil, a
Even
devil
me too.
incarnate.
sorry.
Wait now. But because El Rufai and Obi are not under the same canopy, we are not supposed to come and start loving the North. You they see people. Oh, you have not made friends with your fellow southern neighbor. Now not you go they make friends with. Okay, the Yorubas that are now that have been taking our position from the day of that 1966 coup, January 15th, that was the day we handed them that seat. Do you realize that they are more in tune with the South than us? Do you know that it is because of the way our own leaders played their greedy politics that led to the formation of the South? Where Ojukwu was pursuing what was never his, we lost more. By virtue of South being removed from the Southeast, we automatically cemented that position that the Yorubas have been in. And when you find yourself in such a situation, who do you blame? Well, if you want solution, you blame yourself. Because you need to admit that you have a problem and then you start solving it. If somebody keeps pretending they don't have a problem, how are they going to look for a solution? It will never happen. It will never happen. Okay, all the things you've been saying are just talking points and buzzwords. There is substance to none of them. None whatsoever. You are talking about Nigeria. Start from the South first. You have to get that South intact. The Northerners you are talking about, do you know how they enlarged their own coast? They enlarged their own canopy first by uniting with the whole 19 states in the north first. By landmass and population, they have it. Mind you, the Fulani you are talking about are not even the top 5 people in Nigeria in terms of population. You have more Hausas in number than Fulanis, but we've never had a single Hausa president. So it shows it's not necessarily about numbers all the time. It's about your ability to create an alliance. It's about the quality of people you make leaders. While corruption is uniform, we have uniformity of corruption in Nigeria. But then you look at the quality of leaders that are coming from those places. Just look at lineup of people we've made governors in the Southeast alone. It is usually to bring an idiot, a semi-moron, put him there, then powerful people will be teleguiding him from behind. Look, on what planet would Okeze Bazu be a governor anyway? On what planet would T.A.O.G. be governor anywhere? On what planet would Mbadiniju have been a governor anywhere? Just look at the quality of people you have first. There is a problem there. There is a problem that place, but you are not seeing it. Tomorrow, it is these people. Next one is this tribe. Another one is this tribe. If you bring a Bini man to be president tomorrow, you will still hear them tell you how Bini people hate them. There must be a reason. Nobody is begging you to align with the center. Let us make that one clear. Because if you are not on the table, you are definitely going to be on the menu. If you are not on the menu, well, you have no participation on that table. And there is absolutely nothing you will do about it. This same North you are talking about, Buhari ran with Igbo VPs 2 good times. Did you vote for him? Did you vote for him? If you are going to judge marginalization by positions, so why didn't you take the opportunity when Buhari offered it? Is this same hate all of a sudden that ship sailed? Another person sat on your seat. You now want to tell us that if you are talking about the people you will align with is the North. Are you done calling people Fulani slaves? Are you done calling people Hausa slaves? Is Joe Igbokwe still Fulani Kwe? Are you now going to go apologize to Joe Igbokwe? Are you now going to agree that he saw something that you didn't see? Are you now going to admit that people like us who were insulted because of Buhari are at least 12 years ahead of you in politics? Have you admitted that already? Now, if you couldn't see that one then, what makes you think you are seeing this one now? What makes you think you are seeing this one? We are the ones deceiving ourselves. No amount of cry would give you that position because, one, the people that are inciting you to be repeating those buzzwords and talking points know they are doing it to get their ministerial appointment. So long you keep that cry alive, they know it's still easy. Bianca Ojukwu, what did Bianca contribute to Tinubu's government? But in order to stem that marginalization cry, they had to give it to someone that has a Biafra name, just to shut you up. And it worked. So what makes you think they are keeping awake at night over what you will do, knowing that they just need to find one of your favorite politicians, give them positions, and you people will just shut up? And your politicians, on their own part, love that cry. They want you to be shouting that thing. One, it absolves them of any future blame. Ever before they get any appointment, they can never fail. Because whatever happens, they will still hide under marginalization cry. So when you see people like President Tinubu doesn't even need to be using Obi Cubana and all these things, you know. The man is too much posh of a politician, though he knows the grassroots game and also knows the posh political game too. Because when you still come to the grassroots, he still controls that place too. So he's a perfect politician. He's a perfect specimen of what you should build in your own region. Now you go and ask yourself, who would I put? Who is? Why would they give me this one? Thank you so much, King Mufasa. Who am I going to build up in my place, or who is ready to take that mantle? You find out that none of them is even doing anything. If there is ever anyone that we will have hope for, it's just this current crop of governors in the Southeast. At least you can pick from any of Oti, Mba, Uzodimma, Soludo, like even the Bonny Quiet governor, even though he's not doing what he's supposed to do, but you know that his state is not lacking. So at least from these ones, who are we going to build? Who is building his own power for the next 6-7 years? Who is preparing from my own region, if that is what you actually want, if that is your political goal? So where is the map? Where is the roadmap to it? How do you achieve it? So you don't know that consolidating power in the South is more important first. Now, if an Igbo man goes to seek alliance with the North and is not in good terms with the Southwest, and somebody from the South is in good terms with the Southwest, Between you and that Southerner, who do you think the Northerners will bet on? They will bet on the person with the highest power, highest winning margin in the South. So you've already cut yourself. You've divided the South into two and forfeited one. So you are going to align with people with the support of two regions. You think they will leave someone that has the support of three regions? It will not happen. And how do we start bringing this solution? Is to remove hate. Is to remove hate. Follow every issue with every ideological, emotional, and moral clarity. When you have all these three things cleared, it will be easy for you to spot. Okay, like what I said now, somebody say, Uma, you Soludo a better position, but you are not mentioning who all the people you just mentioned. Who amongst them do you think has the highest number of friends both in the Southwest and in the North?
Yep.
This is another
if you want to help me
permutation.
round up so that we'll go continue with the list.
No, send someone, please, because me, I don't know when to stop.
I appreciate you. In general, history can teach us. So if we leave, Amingo tell us history, reach the end of today. But I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much. And please feel free to remain if you're not busy doing other things. Feel free to remain. I appreciate you.
I was going to even explain that Aburi own to him, because there is one mistake they keep saying. You know, because of this, the way we insult people, we belittle people too much. And we project our own as the most intelligent, the most reasonable. There is this false notion that Gowon did not understand what he was signing in Aburi. My brother, if there was anyone that didn't understand what happened in Aburi, it was Ojukwu. So when they are talking about, oh, Gowon did this, did that, Aburi was the first time that the head of state in Nigeria became commander-in-chief of the armed forces. What that means is, before, it was the chief of army staff that was commander-in-chief of the armed forces. We didn't have civilian control over the presidency. When the Prime Minister Tafawa Balewa was the Prime Minister, he was not commander-in-chief of armed forces. Agui Ironsi was. So even when Gowon entered, he was not yet. It was in Aburi that they made him commander-in-chief of armed forces. Now, under a military rule, a military governor is now telling you that a military head of state reneged on an agreement. How? From where to where? From where to where? A lieutenant colonel is saying that a general violated. Now, how?
It would never make sense to me. Like, I keep explaining Tinubu and Fubara. Like, it would never make sense to me. It would never make sense to me, my brother. It would never make sense to me. How can a head of state, this one not even normal Tinubu self, military. You dey tell me, say you can tell him what to, for him to even go with you to Ghana, you suppose even give him, you suppose even they happy saying follow you go there in the first place. Anyway, you believe what you believe until hopefully one day everybody go see this light. But let's press. I know you're a little bit impatient, but this is how the show goes. I guess this is your first time on the show, but we have co-hosts on the show.
You've seen me.
Yeah, let's press. I'm addressing you. Yeah, this is not how the show they go. The show for Beer Palon, that's how they go. We have co-hosts who come when they are free. I don't know. Sometimes they know they join, but when they come, we have to acknowledge them. Ijela is one of them. Bam Bam is one of them. Jamie is one of them. I've not had room to bring Jamie up, but he's requesting. We're going to bring him up in a minute. There's a lot of co-hosts here, so when they come, we have to acknowledge them. But we'll get to you, my brother, and I thank you for your patience. I really thank you for your patience. All right, let's hear your thoughts on the topic, and thank you for joining.
Okay, that's no problem. Yeah, so I've been here for a while, and I do want to first introduce myself. I'm a proud Igbo man, even though I was not raised there. I was raised in an Igbo household, where I was instilled Igbo values. And I'm really not with the whole Igbo self-hate or self-criticism. I'm always about like criticizing when we go wrong. I'm always about criticizing what we can do better. But what I'm not going to tolerate is when people start talking bad about what we have going on. I'm not going to tolerate that.
All right, 1 second. I don't
Yeah.
know who exactly you're referring to. Who is saying the Igbo hate here? You know, there is hate and there is facts. I don't know if anybody has said here
No, that's
is
no
false.
problem.
But one second, Mr. Les, right? I don't know if anything, and if I'm always the first to jump and say, you know, and I didn't want to interrupt Ijele, but when he mentioned Mbadinuju, I don't really know a lot about Mbadinuju to even speak on that one. But he mentioned Okeze Bazo, he mentioned Ojuz Okalo, he mentioned Theodore Oji. If you're an Igbo person, then you know that these people were colossal failures. So what is the Igbo hate there? If person
Let me just land my point.
you will give your point, but you said something. That's what I'm addressing. There's no hate here. On this platform,
Okay.
I know they allow hate. So when you just come on and the first thing you're doing is, oh, I'm not going to tolerate people. First of all, this is my show. I don't know where that tone is coming from. First of all, this is my show. You don't come and tell me you're not tolerating. I don't understand where that one is coming from. Let's start on a fresh page. What are your thoughts on the topic? Must Igbo align with power?
Okay. So first, I want to talk about Igbo people in general, right? When we
Okay.
talk about Igbo people, about our history, right? We have to talk about things pertaining to how we define things that we thought were wrong. When we look into like examples like the transatlantic slave trade, when we hear about things about the Igbo landing, we did not tolerate that. We chose death over slavery. When we think about, colonial rule, I'm from Arachuku, right? My people fought the British for a year to fight against colonialism. When you think about the Abba's women's riots, when you think about the Civil War, all about in terms of defiance, right?
Yeah,
So
let me
when
just
people,
push back a little bit there. You mentioned the
yeah, absolutely,
slave trade and the it happened in Savannah. What do you called it again? Igbo landing. Igbo
Igbo
landing in
landing,
Savannah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
those things are accurate, like things that happen in history. But if somebody now says, but no be our people, we sell our people in the first place, would that be hate?
Let me land, please.
No, I'm asking a question. I don't know this is not landing something. It's just a question. I'm pushing back on what you said. If you've mentioned Igbo landing, you've mentioned Arochukwu fighting the British people, you've mentioned about women's riots. These are historical, like things will happen for history. If somebody also mentioned another one will happen for history, where we sell our people, give the people, is that Igbo hate? Would that be considered Igbo
No,
hate?
no, and I'm also have a lot of criticism towards
Okay,
slavery, regardless of who the ethnic group is. I have criticism
okay.
pertaining to how Africans pertain to that as well. But please, let me just land my point of where I'm going with this.
My brother,
So when it
I don't
comes,
want to sell you this idea that you're going to land, right? I'm trying to have a conversation. The co-host, you saw how these people now co-hosts, it's different. So it's different. I don't want to sell you that I'm going to allow you to land. I won't allow you to land. We're going
oh,
to
so
try
the
to have a
co-host can speak.
conversation.
Okay, okay, okay.
We're going to try to have a
All right.
conversation. If you're okay with that, we can converse.
Okay, that's totally fine.
So, I mean, you were saying something about women's riot and how
Okay,
Igbos
yeah.
have been resilient. Yeah.
So when it comes to these sort of level of defiance, right?
Yeah.
There's a level of defiance that we Igbos have when it comes to things that we can't justify, when things that we justify as wrong. So when people say aligning with power, what does aligning with power actually look like, right? When people say that Buhari had Igbo vice 2 times, okay. Let me even start off like this, right? We Igbos, we lost the war. I think the war was unnecessary, right? However, for the people who did win the war, right? The North, they won the flag, they won the military, but what was accomplished? Based on what I can see, nothing much was accomplished. With all due respect, I look what's going on up north as we speak right now. Nothing much was accomplished. When people bring
Sorry,
up the fact that,
what do you I guess I lost you, but you said nothing was accomplished.
okay,
What exactly are you referring to?
in terms of development, in terms of
Hmm.
the states of northern Nigeria, when people bring up Buhari had a Igbo vice for 2 times, that doesn't matter because in what was accomplished after Buhari left the presidency, with all due respect, what was accomplished?
You
Are
mean
we
in
just
Nigeria
aligning
at
with
large or in Igbo
and
land
Nigeria at
or
large and Nigeria at large? So when people say, "Oh, let's align with power," okay, but what would that accomplish
so
for
here's the thing.
Nigeria?
Here's the thing, right?
Okay.
The aligning with power is because Buhari was one person that you can say he hated Igbo people. Some people go say nah hate. Some people go say it's what it is. Whatever it was, right? He didn't necessarily. We weren't his fondest people. Let me put it that way. We weren't his fondest people, right? So some things like the railway system, I think they Amechi missed it for the master plan or something. So those kind of things, our people go say this is marginalization. But if you don't have a mouthpiece in that power, in that in that center, how would you even be able to open your mouth and even bargain? That's why they keep referencing. If you're not on the table, you're on the menu, right? That's the point that we're trying to make here.
I understand that, but rather than personally for me, I don't think Igbo people should be focused on aligning with the center. I think we should be focused on something completely different. We should be focused on being unified, unification in the Southeast. I think we should be focused on that before we even start talking about the center, because with all due respect, Igbo people, yeah, we haven't been president, but for the people that have, for other regions that have been president, what do they have to show for it? With all due respect, I don't see anything. If aligning with the center means that, every time that we start campaigning that we're going to give out spaghetti, we're going to start giving out freezers. That's not the type of center. That's not the type of alignment that I want for my people. That every time that we sort of have to align with the center means that every time we go to Igbo land, we start giving out freezers. We start giving out spaghetti or rice.
Who do you hold accountable for giving out freezers and rice? Who is it? Buhari or Tinubu? That let's say this city boy movement now, Chief Priest and his brothers, and we're talking about Obi Cubana today, by the way. So if they are doing the rally, not be them carry the rice and this thing come. Is it Buhari?
Absolutely.
Is it Tinubu that brought it? So
absolutely,
this is not Tinubu's responsibility per se.
No,
it's the people, the leaders. Now the leaders are the problem here.
And if we are having leaders like Cubana Priest or this guy, I don't want that. I don't want to have somebody aligning with the presidency and all you can do is just bring a freezer and think I'm going to vote for you. That's what's going on in other regions. Let's be completely honest.
Fair enough. How do you think this can be solved? How do you think this freezer sharing? How do you think it can be solved?
Okay. I'm going to answer your question. Go you think that what people try in other regions, like I believe it's fasting packages, rice, spaghetti. I want that in my own region, so that shows that I'm aligning with you.
No.
Keep it.
No.
I don't want it.
I agree with you.
All right.
Absolutely.
I don't want it. I don't want no damn freezer thinking that you can win my people's votes just because that looks like I'm censoring with you. What we should do is focus on unifying together.
Yeah.
Historically, I believe Igbos have been fragmented politically due to our sort of decentralized culture, right? So I think someone needs to speak for the Southeast as one voice on national issues, whether if it's on fiscal allocation, security, and infrastructure, right? I don't know who that.
1 second.
Okay.
Sorry. I don't agree with that one voice. We shouldn't have one voice speaking.
No, okay, not one voice, but a couple of voices that align together.
Hear me out, though. I don't agree on the one voice because I don't know that one voice.
Let me just.
You will, but let me share. You don't talk. Let me land. Let me land too now. Let me say why I don't agree on the one voice. Then you can say some other things, right? But what I'm saying is that one voice. We've seen it how it can be corrupted in the past. Someone like Nnamdi Kanu. Someone like Uwazurike, someone like Ojukwu, that one voice no good. There is a reason we have governors. There's a reason we have senators. There's a reason we have House of Reps. Those people are the one voice that we need to go and get what we need.
Okay, so
we don't need any one soul man.
I don't think one
That's
voice.
Too much power for one person.
I don't think one voice should be taken literally. When I say one voice, I say one voice in terms of like we're aligning with the same. With the same topics, whether if it's security, infrastructure, fiscal allocations, that we're aligning together as one people focused on what we need together as Southeast. I think we should be strengthening community when it comes to town unions, when it comes to cultural associations. Here in the States, I'm in UIU, which is Unite Igbo Unite, which is basically an Igbo diaspora group where we're going to be having our convention in Chicago in, I believe, around August, right? So I think we should be strengthening on things like that in terms of and having one voice, and I don't mean literally, in terms of having, I guess, making our voices heard in terms of what we actually do need in the Southeast. I think we should be encouraging Southeast youth to enter the civil service, to enter into the military.
I'll give you an instance and then we'll just move forward,
Okay.
right? This
Yeah.
encouraging youth, one voice. I'll give you an instance of Mark Okoye. I don't know if you know of this person. Mark Okoye,
I know about him. Yeah.
All right. Mark Okoye is the Southeast Development Commission chairman. This man,
Yeah.
Tinubu gave him 5 billion naira in December of 2025. According to him, Tinubu gave him 5 billion naira. From December of 2025 to March of 2026. This is like 3 months, right? This guy, according to him again, he has blown 800 million naira on whatever he said he did. But there are no physical things that we can see with our eyes. So when you say unite, we bring these people to, it's our leaders that are the problem here.
I agree. And that's the thing. I'm agreeing with you, right?
Okay.
I have a lot of criticism towards Mark Okoye and what he's been able to sort of do. If he's spending on things like conferences and engagements, I want to see something physical. I don't want to see anything that's pertaining to conferences. I don't want to see anything that's pertaining to just speaker engagements, right? If you're going to be a true development commission, be able to sort of work with the center as one voice to make our voices heard, right? So when it comes to aligning with the center, I'm all with aligning with the center if it means that we don't sacrifice who we are as a people, right? If it means that if it means aligning with the center means that our people are going to turn to beggars for spaghetti and rice and freezers, I don't want any part of that. Because we've seen what the government has done up north, right? With that sort of palliatives, we've seen what they're doing out west with the palliatives. I don't want that in the Southeast.
It happens already. It doesn't just happen in those areas. It happens in the Southeast. It's not like we're an exemption. But Mr. Les, if you want to round up with your thoughts on this topic so that we can move forward.
So again, I think we should be focusing on building ourselves first before we should start even aligning with any person centrally. If you ask me, I don't even think Peter Obi should be running for president. I think he should be focused on us. I think he should be focused on the Southeast. When people bring up Dave Umahi, Kalu, I'm like, these are not the people that I would want to have, bring out Southeast interests in the center. I don't even think that they're impressive. So what we should be doing as Igbo people is focusing on ourselves, focusing on our development, focusing on encouraging the youth to engage in the government, and focus on building ourselves without erasing our regional identity.
Yep.
Us sacrificing ourselves just to align centrally is not, I'm not with that. And I'm not with the nonsense of the freezers, the rice and the rice sharing and the spaghetti sharing.
Fair enough.
We should be focusing on ourselves.
Fair enough. They call them stomach infrastructure, in case you don't know the name.
Thank you.
But anyway, thank you, Mr. Leslie Perez. I appreciate you joining. Thank you so much. We're going to have to drop you at this point so that we'll go bring more. Okay, there's no other person, so we can hold at this point. But anyway, if we get any new requests, we'll have to drop a few people to get them up. But anyway, thank you, Mr. Leslie Perez, again for your thoughts on this topic. Appreciate it. Make we read the charts a little bit and we'll go to Mr. Bambam. Mr. Bambam, thank you so much for your patience. I appreciate it. Anyway, Okolie, Ogwo. Kenneth Emeka on Facebook. He says, my brother, you are making sense. Thank you for being there, my brother. Thank you so much for being there, joining us on the Bia Palo show. All right, add sexy.
My brother, Bia Palo, please.
Yes.
Bia Palo, please. There is something. When you are done, there is something I want to add because sometimes we do praise evil without knowing.
No, Wala. Make I just greet people waiting for chat, and then we'll come to that.
Yes.
Make I greet the people waiting for chat. All right. Add sexy. You mean people should not participate in national politics, but focus on politics in the region? Yeah, that's a good question for Mr. Leslie Perez. Anyway, Choma says, thankfully it ain't up to you. You know, get for that card. Choma, my sister. Anyway, Choma, thank you for being here still. Bam Bam, but do you want to stand alone? No, absolutely. We need to align. We don't want to stand alone. You know, we've seen it. Buhari didn't need the Igbo vote to win. Tinubu, the same thing. He didn't need Igbo vote to win. You think people are not taking records? You think that people are not taking records? Anyway, listen, man. Hustling America, my brother. Hustling America, Benjamin. Make una check them out. They host shows like this as well. They talk about Igbo progress, Igbo advancement. You know, make una check them out. Hustling Benjamin America says the point is, what was the money used for? Yes, and I believe you're referring to Mark Okoye. What was that money used for? Mark Okoye, what carry money, go to throw party, they do conference here and there. They speak English up and down. Oh, we engage 7,000 youth. We engage 7,000 youth for TikTok. We engage 7. Choma, they do them every day. Ijele, they do them every day. Who give them 5 billion naira to engage with people for that fucking guy, man? That guy, man. May una no get me started with that guy, man. Anyway, also, thank you for being here. Inochika, thank you for your patience. Blind Inochika, don't drop. All right. Anyway, but we'll get to you. But anyway, Inochika, holistically, that's what you said on the chat. Anyway, the other people that are here, appreciate you, all the beautiful people who go shout all off on the out. But in the meantime, let's get back to Ijele. Ijele, make we hear. I know you had a pushback or something you wanted to say.
Please let me even start with that Mark Okoye and 800 million. See, bro, there is nothing, there is no fiscal structure that you expect him to have put. And that 800 million, you know, when we mention it like this, is too much, right? But consider that he has consulted with more than 100 traditional rulers across the 5 states of the Southeast. And all these places, and some of all these contracts they signed, some of their works have not even started. So let's be watching him first, because at least that one is very close to us. Now, what I want
Mr. Leslie Press, please stop unmuting yourself. But Ijele, you know, 800 is almost a quarter of that money, right? If you don't spend almost a quarter of the money on all these engagements, I think it's pointless. Of course,
that is why we are asking. No, he needs to break it down, because he has not broken it down.
Okay.
He has not broken it down yet. He needs to break it down. I believe there is a conference they will be hosting in May. At least it's a question and answer. There will be a question and answer session.
Another more conferences. More conferences.
No. It's about. I will contact you privately and tell you 1 or 2 things about it. It's not just
fair enough.
It's not just an ordinary conference, because you know they are part of this team that there is a documentary that is coming out about all these things that happen in Igbo, and they are really, without much noise, doing many things about insecurity and restoration of the land. That's why I say I can't open up on so many things for now. Now, please, the former speaker, I want to just address one thing. When you are from Arochukwu, be mindful of how you weigh in on slavery. And your fight against the British, in the latter days, it was actually a fight to liberate Igbo from Aro people. Maybe you've not done your research on the Aro Confederacy. So many years after the slave trade ended, the British ships were fighting the Aro merchants just to free the ones that they are trying to sell, because many of them wanted to get involved in the Zanzibar slave trade too. So when you are talking about that war and what the British did, let us not use that thing to soil so many things in our history, and you will be defending evil without knowing it. Our people were one of the people.
As I said, I criticize everything pertaining to those who engaged in slavery. So I'm open to criticizing Arochukwu as well.
Hold on, please. The way you talked about the British and you praised the Arab people, we stood again. You know, like you were trying to make it sound like a resistance. No, it was a war to save Igbo from Arab people.
Okay, so if you
Arab
think, so if you
and
think,
Nri
so if,
people.
so if you think the white man is good for colonization, you can say what you like.
Who said it's good for colonization? You people already colonized Igbo before the white men came.
You people.
So is there any difference between
You see what I'm talking about in
colonization,
terms of uniting and
internal
focusing on the Southeast
colonization?
first?
No. This is the why I'm bringing it up is that when you start bring this your message of unity, people will not know that what you people are actually talking about
You
is one
people.
talking point.
Ijele, I
You
think this
understand?
is
People
an
like you
important
now.
information where you did that, but because I know somewhat of Aro, Chuku, and all that good stuff, and slavery day inside there too. That's why
So
I
let's
push
be
back on him.
factual.
But let's make them divisive.
Thank you so much.
Let's move forward with that. No. Was there something else apart from the Aro thing you wanted to correct, Ijele?
Okay, what I'm saying, let me finish that point. It's just the end part of my point now. You see, when we are talking about things that happen, let's
no, go ahead. Go ahead. All right, I think Ijele got on a call. Probably.
Can we ask him questions? I hope he can stay back because I have some questions for him.
For Mr. Les the Prez or Ijele? Ijele, I think Ijele had to go.
Oh, not Ijele is my guy.
Okay.
No, I mean for Mr. Les Prez.
Mr. Les the Prez. All right. We'll get back to that, but Mr. Bam Bam done there over an hour, so make we know marginalize him. And he's also a co-host.
No. Let Choma ask the question. I'm here.
Oh, okay.
See,
All right.
It's a ladies first.
All right.
Because you don't get ladies first for your dictionary. So.
Pele. All right, Joma, let's hear your question to Mr. Leslie Price.
I'm up for. I just want to put this out there. I'm up for, respectful conversations. No insults. At the end of the day, you're my sister, so
absolutely.
I'm not with the whole disrespect and all that stuff.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Choma. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Choma.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
There doesn't need to be a disclaimer. I'm just asking you a question. I'm not.
Okay, you can hear us.
I'm trying to ask you some questions. So. Okay, I can hear you. I'm doing my walk, so I think the network was a little off. Do you go to Alibo often?
I do, once I have a chance, absolutely.
Okay, great. That's great. And do you have any idea what is going on right now, like in places like Osu, Lilu, Icheke?
Yeah. I know we're going through a lot of problems in terms of kidnapping, things of that nature.
No. Specifically, do you know the root cause of what's going on in Osu?
No.
Do you know where Osu is? Osu is from Imo State, where I'm from.
Yeah.
I think Kachi is also from Imo State. No, Kachi Woyengwa. Kachi is from Abia State. Okay. So you're from Arochukwu, you're in Abia State. There's nothing going on in Abia State. Okay, in Imo State. For the past 5 years, the community in Osu, okay, there has been absolute genocide of those people. Do you know who is buying them?
No, ma'am.
Oh, okay. All right. So Biafran agitators. Okay. So there's a group called IPOB.
Oh, I know about IPOB. By the way, disclaimer,
okay.
I don't align with IPOB. I don't agree with them.
No, I'm not saying that you align.
I just want to put that out there.
The reason why I wanted to talk to you about unification is that unification isn't necessary. Okay, so as I can tell that you're probably second generation like me. It's just that I go to Nigeria a lot more than
first gen.
Regular people. You're first gen? Okay. So the thing with what goes on in Alibo is that when we in the diaspora, because you talked about town unions, so I was like, he's definitely rooted because, our moms and our parents and our aunties and our uncles, like that's their main thing, right? Organizing around those town unions. But outside of that, right, you don't need unification of Igbo people, right, to play politics. Because outside of that unification, if we say until we unify, we then do this, then you see the situation like what's going on in Osu. You see how you love Alibo so much, you love the Southeast so much, you love things that pertain to Igbo people so much. How going on in Osu? You see what I'm saying? You don't know what's going on in Lilu. In Lilu, IPOB members went to a church, okay, and buyed the wife of a pastor. The pastor was speaking against the insecurity in the Southeast. They buried the wife, threw her body in the back of the building. So if you go on Facebook now and you put Lilu, okay, you put Lilu, you will see that man literally as they're trying to rebury the body of his wife, that they just found all of the remains. And he's like cursing and saying the people, and he's naming them and saying these people who are responsible for this is going to happen to them. So when you're talking about unification, speaking with one voice, there has been an erosion in our unity. And that erosion didn't come from outsiders. It's happened, like, the American saying, like, it's coming from inside the house, right? Like, it's coming from within, okay? Even when you're talking about fridges and stomach infrastructure, you forget that in Arochukwu, if you go now to the National Assembly sort of candidates, the people who are going to be running to represent the interest of your constituency in the National Assembly, stomach infrastructure is not something that they can get away from because they feed it, and the people themselves, the people who like stomach infrastructure matters to, those are the people that you need to realize why stomach infrastructure matters to them. So it's not as easy as saying, we don't want, because you're in America. And you can afford to say, well, you can't sell my vote, or you can't get my vote because of a fridge. Like, it's very nice to say that, but in reality, like in your community, in your constituency where it matters, where you think this unity should happen, how do you think that like what does that look like to you? Like this unification you're talking about.
Chama,
When
let's give him a
there
moment to
is
respond.
Nkewan and Tisa, I don't know what you. Yeah, now I'm asking him this question. So
Yeah.
when there's Nkewan and Tisa in Alibo, how do you what did you think in your head as how this unification will happen with these internal rifts that exist?
Okay. So first, now as a sister, again, it's all love from here. I know we may disagree on our approach, but again, you're still Igbo and you're a sister to me, so I'm not going to sort of disrespect you in any sort of way. But first, right, when I think about unity, I think about taking care of house, right? We have this IPOP issue, right, which has sort of plagued the Southeast for quite some time. I don't want anybody sort of aligning with the center when we even haven't taken care of inside the house yet, right? There's a lot of things within Igbo land that we need to take care of before we even start aligning with the center. And IPOP is one of them, right? Number two, as I said before, I don't think Peter Obi should be running for president. I don't agree with him running, right? I think he should be putting his efforts in the Southeast, with all due respect. And I respect him, right? The thing pertaining to stomach infrastructure, we've seen where stomach infrastructure has led to. I do understand my privilege, right? As someone who was raised in the States, right? I understand my privilege. But there has been this sort of, I would say, abuse of it when I've seen the way people in the center, right? Where people in the center have abused it in other regions, where they have weaponized poverty, right? When I think about we as Igbo people, Choma, when I think about us as a people, I think about how we recovered from the Civil War, right? I've think about like how we've been able to sort of build ourselves economically without the use of any sort of political patronage. When we compare ourselves to the people up north who have had the political power for how long, what do they have to show for it? They have nothing to show for it. And now, as we speak, they're being bombed by the United States. So we that has not had political patronage for how long? We've been able to sort of grow ourselves economically without it. If we were able to do that, we'd be able to fix our problems as a people pertaining to IPOP and other issues without it. Until we take care of house, I don't think we should be
But
focusing on
how
the
though?
center.
should? Like how? That's what I'm asking you. Like how? Because I gave you all of those
Mhm.
instances where when it's going on, right? So for example, the things happening
Yeah.
also, most Igbo people who say the same things you say have no idea. Sorry guys, this is my Samsung watch. So so if you are saying we should, I'm saying how do you think we should do that? And forget P2B, because P2B is a former governor of Anambra State. P2B doesn't necessarily speak for Igbo people. He has a
Yeah.
very diaspora vision and all of those things, and
Yeah.
that's great. I'm asking you as a person, because you have observed these things. You know that this internal strife is there. How? How do you think that should happen? Because stomach infrastructure is happening in our own communities. You think that they just carried a freezer and entered into the southeast? You don't know that facilitation and mobilization, it's happening on
Absolutely.
the grassroots level now. So how do you just give us the
So,
how?
so I think when it comes, our challenge, right? We've always had a challenge of balancing self-reliance, pride, and this sort of decentralized, I would say, defiance, right? So I think we should leverage our economic strength, because economically, we have a lot of strength when it comes to commerce, when it comes to trade, when it comes in professional sectors. Instead of waiting for any sort of alignment with the political center, right? We should use our economic sort of, I would say, like our economic clout to fund infrastructure. Like the things that I do with my people.
Yeah,
But Shoma,
one
please,
political strike,
sister, I
No, but hold on
beg.
1 second.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. I just want you to add to this topic, right? Like to your answer. But remember that we're not the only people in Nigeria, right? So other people are playing their game. So they're not going to stop and pause for us to like catch up. So you forget that whether we align to the center or not, like one political decision or one policy can disrupt our own economic viability. So now add this to your, like
Okay.
to your answer to
Okay. So again, let me just land my point and I'll get back to you, please. So when it comes to like for example, I said I was part of the UIU organization in the States. We fund scholarships. We fund our best in order to do a lot of projects within Igbo land without any sort of compromising our independence, sort of sacrificing our sacrificing our independence to align with the center, right? I understand drop of the water in the ocean. I get it. I understand, right? But we have to be able to assert our influence from a position of strength, and not from a position where of sacrifice, where we need to sort of sacrifice who we are as a people, right? So I think personally we should sort of build a unified political representation, right? Again, we are fragmented politically, right? So I think, again, and this is where I emphasize on one voice, we should have one voice as a people focusing on the national issues, fiscal allocation, security, and infrastructure. I think what Marco Koye is doing, I believe in the concept. I just don't believe in the person. He is someone that can sort of, if he was to align with the Southeast in terms of one voice, he can make our voices heard. But him spending 800 million on conferences, and I believe there's another conference that's about to happen. I don't think he's the right person to sort of person that we should align with. And he's aligned with Tinubu. Is that the sort of person that I would want to sort of to showcase my interests, to showcase my voice when he's spending 800 million on
He's the president
conferences?
of Nigeria. But he's the president of Nigeria. Why should he not align? What are you talking about? Like we're not going to align with the
Ma'am,
presidency because you don't like the
no,
person
that's
sitting
not
there?
what I'm saying. That's not what I'm
What are
saying,
you saying?
sister.
Tinubu gave you 5 billion for for an SEDC, the same way they got every single state in the southeast received the same allocation. Your state, Abia State, where I'm partially from, do you know how much they receive on just oil and gas? There is no southeast state that is not receiving allocations as to when due. So
I
you're saying aligning with Tinubu as if we need to align with anybody who is in Aso Rock because we need to diversify and solidify our strengths. Because now us get all our property outside of the southeast. If anything happen, Oguna sooner Zamfara, yeah, the company, period.
so again, right? When I see,
Yeah, Mr. Leslie
when I'm
Perez, if you
talking,
want to use this, just respond to that so that we can move forward with the conversation.
okay,
And
I'll
I agree
just
with
end it.
when you finish anyway. I'll
Yeah,
say what I
no,
think. Yeah.
okay. When I say this, right? When I see the people who have aligned with Asarak, when I see people like people are changing their parties, they're going to APC, things of that nature. Again, what has been accomplished? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely, and then let me just end it here. Absolutely nothing has been accomplished with the folks in APC, with the folks in Asarak. They had Buhari was president for 8 years. Where's Nigeria now? Tinubu has been president for 4 years. Where's Nigeria now? That's not the type of person or the sort of party that I would like to align with, right? We have to focus on home. We can sort of collaborate. I don't know what that collaboration would look like. We can focus on home, and we can focus on and we can utilize our own economic strengths to focus on home. You think I like seeing Igbo people working all the time in Lagos? No. Bring that investment back. Let's focus on home.
Fair enough.
That's just where I focus on. Focus on home before we even start talking about center. That's it.
Fair enough. I agree with the not like we should the unify. I think I understand where you're coming from with the unify, and I kind of agree with it because in the East right now, right? Again, I agree with Choma too in some parts. Tinubu or the federal government, no, they owe any of the Eastern people. They pay them their money as at when due. Some Eastern states too are enjoying the 13% oil derivation money. They get it as at when due. SEDC again, Mark Okoye, he got his 5 billion. He's using it to do waiting concern him, which I get my own reservations for, right? But the unify own, having one voice, that one, I just don't agree with it per se, because that's pretty much what we're doing now, where, we're always the opposition. We have one voice, we have one block vote. When Tinubu come, we vote against them. When this one come, we vote against them. When this one come, everybody vote against them. It's not helping us, that one voice. But, one thing where I agree with you on is the defiance. You said, we are defiant, Igbo people are defiant. I agree with that one. But it's just the redirection. We need to be, the youth or the Igbo people need to be redirected in that regard.
Redirect that energy to ourselves.
Towards something more positive. Because right now, somebody like Nnamdi Kanu is tapping into that defiance and doing IPOB and Biafra. Somebody needs to tap into that same spirit of defiance and use it positively, holding our politicians accountable. I've said this multiple times. If any region for Nigeria feel better, na Igbo, na Southeast region, because of that defiance where you mentioned, because you can't tell me that you can agree to go inside bush. Person tell you to go inside bush, you go there, go stay. They find, I don't know anything they find inside bush, but you cannot use that same energy to hold your politicians accountable. Come on now. I think it's the same energy.
I do want to say this.
Let
me just land this point to Chima. Chima, again, we may not align, but it's all love.
Yeah.
You're Igbo, you're a sister to me. It's all love. That's all I want to say. That's all.
All right. Let's move forward. Thank you so much, Mr. Leslie Perez. Mr. Oye, I see you, my brother, but I didn't hear you, Mr. Oye. But let us.
No, I know the jump queue. No,
all right. I see you.
Something.
Okay.
Because people are listening, and it's very important to set some records straight,
yeah.
right?
Mr. Oye, this record you once said, make we hear Mr. Bamba, my beg.
Yeah,
Mr. Bamba has been here for a minute.
A whole lot, especially from Southerners that has never been to the northern part of Nigeria. They say, what are the North benefiting? So what is the role of government? To give you road, to give you basic amenities, electricity. There is no part of Nigeria that has these things better than the north. And I'm not even talking about the center north or the core north. Those places now, the pictures we see are from pictures of deep, because not as they have this huge landscape, but there's none of their city when it comes to basic amenities that you can compare.
I went to school in Kaduna, by the way.
Hold on now, hold on.
Mr. Oye, I'm really on the edge to tell you to... Mr. Oye,
let me just...
Please, make we just go to Bambam. Bambam has been here for a minute. Make we respect in time too. But thank you, Mr. Oye. We'll come back to that and hold that thought, please. I appreciate that. But Mr. Bambam, unless you want to skip the time again for Mr. Oye, that's up to you. But it's your time.
Okay, thank you so much, Bill Palo. In fact, I really love this. And let me start this way. Firstly, I usually blame our leaders, the Awolowo, Nnamdi Azikwe, Southern of Sokoto, and the Britain for bringing us together. But do you know what? Recently, when I come across your platform, listen to Ijele, I've been following Ijele before now, then Shioma. Now I begin to think. I said to myself that now this might be exactly what those leaders saw. They find something in common within themselves. They forget about their differences. Do you understand? And that is why they make that decision. Because to me, if you look at what is going on, you will discover, you ask yourself, why are we together in the first place? Now, Shoma has said, I don't know why Shoma is so brilliant. He literally said everything in my head. But let me start this way. I don't know, make I speak broken. You see, my Oga, I don't know what his name, the last speaker.
If you
You can
call
just
it,
call me Les.
if you call him
Les.
name, now be saying go need to respond. Make we skip that side.
No,
So
no,
we
no,
don't go
no,
drag
no,
the
no, no
conversation.
problem.
Yeah,
Now, what I want to say is,
yeah.
you made a point that the southeast they align with the center during Buhari regime, and what are they got? Now let me clear something there. In Buhari regime, these people, the few people that align with the center, they did so at their own for their own interests. Literally for their own interest. Go and check the individual, because a lot of them receive a lot of backlashes, attack, and everything. But it is now during this Bola Tinubu regime that we will see that movement, that you can really say people are now aligned with the center. And before you can judge, and before you can ask them what are they really gotten, you should wait for aftermath of this their collation, aftermath of this their alignment, before you can judge. That aside. Now, on the issue of topic, personally to me, if Nigeria is working, I would have said no region need to align with the central before you can benefit, you can get the dividend of democracy. If Nigeria is really working, are you getting what I'm saying? What am I saying that is that because if Nigeria is working, we will not have the type of constitution we have. And presently, the type of this present constitution that we have, I don't know any other constitution. You don't have any other choice apart from align with the center. Unless we dismantle our constitution, we now made a real constitution for ourselves. At that time,
what specifically is in the constitution that makes you feel that way?
Okay, this present constitution has given total absolute power to the central. So, and when someone has power, you don't have power, there is nothing you can do. So you have to align with that power. Do you understand? If constitution has allowed us to stay in a regional where we generate and develop we generate our wealth by ourselves, we spend our wealth by ourselves, we now contribute a quota into the central, then we may not necessarily, not compulsory, align with the center as per se. Do you understand? But now we don't have any other option. Now, let me now say something. I want you people to know. I really appreciate Shoma. I appreciate all of you. And I'm sure Nigeria is going to be great. You see, one thing about your show, you don't care if you are Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, anywhere. When anybody comes to your platform, you really want the truth, basically the truth. And that is it.
Thank you.
And I'm really surprised that the people that felt the wrath of that war are still the people that are calling for war now. That is why I always think that some people don't know what that war did to us as a Nigerian. So I'm a Yoruba. My parents did not participate in that war, but the people that really participated, our parents did a lot of. They didn't do. To me, if they have told us the truth of the matter, maybe we wouldn't find ourselves in this present situation our parents did a lot of damage to us. You see, that war, nobody remember that even Ojukwu came back and regained his rank, all his benefits, everything. What about the people that fought Biafra? What about those soldiers? What happened to them? Those families that lost their life. I asked people, do you know that Ojukwu did not lose anything? He lost lots during that war because so far he came back to collect them and he came back to contested for the president of this country.
And somebody said, you have to throw this in there. You come back, marry the most beautiful woman. I mean, even though it might sound like I'm a little bit salty, but it's a fact. You get the point.
So there are some facts we need to understand within ourselves. So that if had it been our parents and the Nigerian government did us some dirty by this their proclamation of no winner, no vanquish. So if they have been say, okay, you are the winner, you are the loser, maybe we will have no, okay, the loser, we want to appeal the loser. But this time around, everybody will just fight the war. We will fail to identify, this person lost a lot of things. Oh, this person did Nigeria. I think that's politics. Now, I want to say something that our leaders, our babas, those ones that fought the Biafra war, they should tell us the truth about the war. So we should stop blaming people we are not supposed to blame.
Fair enough. But if you can tie that to the topic so that we won't just be talking about the war. If you can tie it to the topic.
So now what am I saying about alignment? I wanted to say something. You made mention of something about Buhari. Do you know that Peter Obi can do the same thing? Can repeat that same thing? Peter Obi scored 6 million votes in the last election. If Peter Obi has been strategic enough, do you know that he can maintain that and build on that? He can build on that. But to me now, it is not possible for him to secure that exact vote again. If you want to negotiate, you should have something to negotiate with. So if we are going as a Southeast, we want to go and negotiate, how many votes can we negotiate with? If Obi has built on that 6 million, it will be very easy to negotiate with anybody. Now, we need to know how this politics of a thing is being played. I said something to someone. I said, come, let me ask you a question. I said, reality, no emotion, no tribal, no religion, and no emotion. I want to ask you a question. If we ask people to vote for anyone among Obi, Atiku, and Tinubu to vote whoever has impacted in their life in one way or the other, directly or indirectly, I said, who do you think will win? It's a sincere question.
Ask the question again. I missed it. Ask the question again, please.
Like if someone asks, we should ask people in Nigeria that between Tinubu, Obi, and Atiku, that choose one person that has impacted in your life in one way or the other, directly or indirectly. Someone that has impacted in your life across maybe northern parts, southeast, southwest, everywhere. One person. Vote based on the intervention on your maybe your personal rapport or anything, as in personal engagement with that person. Who do you think will win the election in Nigeria? That is how we align. If you cannot answer that question, some people cannot name 10 people they have been friends with for the past 10 years across the region in Nigeria, and you want to become president. How do you want to do that? So, to me, I don't know. I said it earlier that as far as Nigeria is still the way it is, we need to align with the center. And the benefit is there. Don't say what has happened in Southwest, what has happened in the North. A lot is happening. This little thing that we are getting now, the Southeast Development Commission that we are shouting about, if we know the meaning of that commission, we will know that we really need to align with the center.
Yeah.
Because that commission can transform our region. That commission belongs to us. We can decide what we want to use. We can set youth empowerment, youth development. If we really know what is going on in Nigeria, do you know that the reason why Northern they hold on to power is because their leader at the time they were going through around the school to make sure that you go and join army, go and join army, go and do this, go and do that. They held all the important posts in Nigeria. Do you ask yourself, my brother, you are abroad now, you are in USA on this and that. You I'm sure you will have met a lot of Yorubas, Igbos, Edos, everybody. How many times just rate the number of Northerners you've met abroad that they want to go and hustle the way we are doing it. That is part of it. Something is working, something is going. When you finally find someone that are able to go to school to achieve something, they will find something to do. So it is good we align with the center. And if the Igbos align with the center, it's not about politics. It's not about Tinubu, Obi, and this and that. Whoever that you see there, you need to align with the center so that you can bring development. You cannot say this is what we want. After all, we are part of this thing. Then you fight for it. Nobody knows. Do you know David Umahi has met with virtually everybody across Nigeria? Do you know that power? David Umahi can talk to anybody in Nigeria today. I don't know, name it, in every corner of Nigeria. That is something. And I'm sure Umahi is very smart. He will build on that. That is what we need. So we now said, okay, this is what we need. We need this, we need that. Do you know why Igboho was released? It's because of, you see, I don't know how to say it, but you need to understand. If you know the history, Igboho was not released until Rashidi Ladoja became Oba of Ibadan. And he went straight to Tinubu, single-handedly. So, and what a lot of people has done before. So I'm talking about power of relationship, power of building alliances, power of building bridges across other regions. So please, my brother, let Igbos, fine, we need to unite, but at the same time, you need to align with the central so that it will help us, we develop, we demand for what belongs to us. So as at that time, when I want to move a bit, when I want to say something, we have people to support us. People that are not from your region will support you. That no, this person has paid his dues or has paid her due. So this person deserves this. And that's one of the reasons we need to align with the center. I don't know, I'm not talking about this present government or any government, but at any time, as far as we are still practicing this type of democracy in Nigeria, every region needs to align with the center. That's my point. And let me say something. I want to say something that I know very well. Many people may not know. Do you know that even before Awolowo died, he said something? You know, I follow, that's why a lot of history, I follow Bola Ige, Olunloyo, all those Baba, I follow them very well. He said something. He told them that you need to work with the Igbos. See, this Awolowo that a lot of people are calling betrayal. When you take on some of them to ask, why did he betray? Some people don't, they would never be able to provide answer to you. And I can tell you, it may not be in a public domain. Paulo said it to those people that you need to work with the Igbos. Do you know why? Whether you like it or not, you can find one or two similarity among us. We have some things, a lot of things in common. And the man know what he's doing. And if you remember, I don't know if you remember as Igboro. He was the first person to yes,
River State, right?
Yes, he was the first person to say he want to leave Nigeria. Do you
No,
know that the same as
no, Jukopayam.
Do you know that? Yes, now. So you know those things. Please, if you want to be talking about betrayal, if you sit down very well, we will blame ourselves.
Yeah.
I just want us to rewrite the history. Let us forget what our parents has told us. Yeah. One of the reasons why we are having this issue is what our parents read, make research, ask questions. Then maybe by that your orientation will change. Thank you, Viapalo. Thank you, Jelly. Choma, I salute you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Bambam. And you know, this thing that you see as you talk Isaac Boro, I begin, me we grow up in Port Harcourt, I still try to remember Isaac Boro. There's an Isaac Boro Park in Port Harcourt, so I know he's from River State, maybe Ogoni man or so. But yeah, now Jukupai the guy, because he's saying why not do again, you know. But anyway, thank you, Mr. Bambam. Mr. Oye, let's hear your thoughts, and thank you for still being here, by the way. let's hear your thoughts on. I know you were saying something about the North not getting anything. I think that was where your line of thought was. Let's hear that. Yeah, your voice they crack. I've been on my own.
Yeah.
I've been on my network.
Is it clear now?
Yeah, it's clear. Okay, yeah, it's clear.
Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes,
okay. So I said, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I said mostly, yeah. Even though I don't come up, I enjoy the conversations most of the time.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, so I was only trying to correct one notion about, the North is not getting anything, is not affecting their life. It's a lie. We tend to mix cultural reality or with government not participating in people's life or affecting people's life directly. The not aligning with the center has given them everything they have. Is even what makes it possible for them. So they are like the prodigal son. When you get everything, just like it happened in 1966, when you are getting everything because you have so much influence, you begin to misbehave. And it's the fact that they get most things. That's why you see them, they are turning to terrorists because sorry to use that word, but a whole lot of, when you talk of infrastructure, road, Buhari woke up one day, decided to go and build mega hospital close to Daura. It's in a space that people there, like, have you seen the hospital? Literally every equipment from the best hospitals in the world, they are there. And you know that this place cannot actually hold this hospital. Those hospitals are for mega city. But he used his influence and he tried again to even still pass another bill through the house to take another hospital to the same place where you just gave them one mega hospital. That was the funding of the federal government. So when they went to bury Buhari, a whole lot of people that used to argue with me, they're like, so these people have this type of road. You literally could see the road. They are world-class road. No potholes, extremely clean. So what do you think government will do for you? So when it comes to the basic things that you get, train, they get it. How many Southeastern states get train? The only time you're supposed to have one, Amechi used it as a campaigning weapon. He gave it to the same North. So when we want to speak about these things, now it's not to say, the Northerners are not poor. That is cultural. It has nothing to do with the effect of the federal in their life. It's cultural. The Southeast needs to align with the center. There's no way you are going to survive. Even if you have resource control, there's so much that the center have influence over. You see, there was this mayor of New York City, this young guy. He was making mad before he became governor, and then he had to. Immediately after he became governor, the first thing he did was to go to the center, was to meet with Trump. What do you think he went there to do? To align with Trump. It does not mean they will have the same ideology. No.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you short. Meeting with Trump has nothing to do with him aligning with the center. But I'll
switch your plug, please. Don't do that, please. Don't just unmute yourself. You interrupt the show, I beg. We'll get to you in a moment. All right. Sorry, Mr. Oye.
So,
go ahead.
Kachi.
Please.
Yeah. Kachi. So, as I was saying, the first thing he went there to do, all those noise he was making, blah, 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 he got there. We did not hear that noise. It was all about, what can you do for me? What can I do for you? That was the basic conversations. And yes, that is what they call aligning with the center. So, if you consistently eliminate yourself from the game, you are not participating in the game, you do not have any right to say no. I'm not getting any benefit from the game. You don't. Power is given, but you have to work. You have to work and please the people that give you the power. Power is just like respect. You have to work to earn it. If you do not earn it, you will never get it. Never. So you are talking about, we need to align with the North. How do you align with the North when you leave your South? South, there's literally a huge ridge between you and South. There's a huge ridge between you and Southwest. So how do you align with the North and then you think you get power? It's not possible, because there is no way. Only North cannot make you president. Only North cannot give you the things you want. They can't. You need the Southwest, you need the South. And when it comes to, you see, the part that the Southeast are missing is one of that part that the Middle East do not align with you. The Middle East either go with Middle Belt. The Middle Belt, part of them go with the Southwest, the other part goes with the North. The North. So so meaning you do not have South, you do not have Southwest, you do not have Middle Belt, which is the North Central, the majority of the North Central. The North will not even look at your side. That is a fact. They won't. And another point is the fact that I do not know whoever convinced the Southeast or my Eastern people that politics is one way. No. You can play local politics and at the same time still play center politics. How do they affect each other? They don't. They literally don't. You can play center politics and at the same time you play your local politics. The average Yoruba man today, if you ask him, he will tell you I'm Yoruba, but within ourselves we have that argument. No, I'm not Yoruba, and there's nobody. There is no. That is politics, local politics. But when I'm outside, you ask me because you are not part of that conversation. There's no need for me to have that conversation with you. I'm not having it with you. But when it come back home, I'm telling you I'm not voting for this person because I don't know his father home. I don't know his father house. But the same person we contest in the center, we vote for him because he's two different things. He's two different level of politics. So we take on politics from in the Southeast, we use it. We are like, no, we have to be one. How could you be one? So meaning if you are one, you put all your eggs in one basket, and that was basically what they did with PDP, and they are still doing. It means whenever PDP and the PDP you were putting your eggs in their basket, they could not do much for you because they know that your vote is not enough for them to win the South. So you consistently put all the eggs in their basket, and the moment they lost power, it gave Buhari the confidence to say Southeast is a dot in the ocean. The reason for that and for him to get away with such statement and still win second time is the fact that he knows that you are not aligning with the people beside you. So you want to fight South, you want to fight Southwest, you want to fight Middle Belt, and somehow and somehow you think you get power. It does not matter if the whole North vote for you. If you do not get the vote from home, you are not winning.
Absolutely.
You are not winning. So people making the argument that we need to unite, nobody is holding you from uniting. But if you consistently unite at the center and you are giving your vote to the wrong people, you are going to lose. So now imagine if Tinubu is not a nationalist that believes everything should be equal and fair. In this is government, the Southeast will still have been marginalized, according to them.
According to them, again, right? The 5 billion when they give this Mark guy for not reach their hand. Yep.
But he has consistently tried to bring them to the game, to bring them on board. You literally have one of the best ministers, and he consistently praise him in the open. He has gone there 2 times already within his 2 years, 6 months tenure. So if he's not a nationalist, you would have still been marginalized again. But he said, okay, we are going to do this because we are these people, they are part of the country. But not every president will behave like that, especially my northern people. They do not care. They only focus on where they are getting the vote. And you cannot blame them. And the people you even want to align with, you forgot your history. You think that history is erased?
Yeah.
No, they are not. See,
the same way when some of them go say Yoruba na betrayer. That's the same way these people also see you as traitor. You want to beef everybody. But Mr. O, if you want to round up with this one so that we'll go move forward.
Yeah, I'm rounding up. I've met with many Northerners because that's the ones, the Northerners you're able to meet outside Nigeria, they're on scholarship. And that's funny when people say, well, what are they benefiting? They're on scholarship from the federal government. And every time, somehow, they know the history of you unaliving their leaders. I did not know about the Civil War until a couple of years ago when I decided to just take my time to study it. These people literally know because they sing it to their ear. They unalive your leaders. And they know the things that led to that part. So if you think, oh, we are just going to the north and we are raking the votes there, they play. Don't work with your people first so that they can sell you to the outsiders. You want to make war with your people and you think outsiders will welcome you. They play. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Oye. And Ifanye Kemezie from Facebook, he says he was not talking about Southeast. He was actually talking to IPOB. Let me quote him. The people making this trouble are just a dot in a circle. I will treat them in the language they understand. So please, he wasn't talking to the whole Southeast. I guess you're referring to Buhari. First of all, me, I don't even like that man. So whoever he was referring to, that wasn't a problem. But anyway, it's what it is. Let's keep the show going. Thank you guys for all your patience. As soon as I know, we get co-hosts with join once in a while, and we just keep the queue for them. Mr. O is one of them. Mr. Bam Bam allowed us to, allow other people talk, but we're back to the queue now. Let's go to Mr. Prince. Mr. Prince Idowu. And Amarachi, I see you. We're gonna relieve some. We're gonna drop somebody soon and bring you up here. I see you, Amarachi. Thank you for requesting. Anyway, Mr. Prince. All right, I think Mr. Prince dropped. All right, we'll go bring Amarachi up here. Let's. All right, Mr. Prestige.
Okay, thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Yes.
Good morning.
Yes, let's hear your thoughts on the topic, and thank you for joining. Appreciate you. No problem.
Very, very.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah. So you see, it's high time. I am calling on the Igbo people, so to say, to please understand what politics in Nigeria is all about, and it's high time they stop putting their eggs in one basket. It's really affecting them, whichever way they want to think about it. Now that we've come to understand that in as much as you want to be in the politics of Nigeria, you must have to align with the center so that you will get the full benefit and so that you will bring something to the table for negotiations. It goes like, give me what you have and you get what you want. So if you're unable to bring anything to the table and you think that you are being marginalized in one way or the other, it's going to continue this way. It's more like doing one thing all the time and expecting different thing as a result. It's not working for the Easterners. So it's high time they divide their strength and stop putting it in one place, and they still remain Nigerians, and it's not working the way they want it to work. All the time they are always the opposition, and the man at the center will always want to consider the people that are his strength before he considers you. That is, if he's going to consider you, because the whole thing is centered on ideology and based on what you have to bring. But if you keep
Mr.
thinking
Prestige,
that
let me
this
ask
man
you,
is going to abandon his strength to come and
let me ask you
make
this
you
real
his
quick.
priority, it's not going to work that way.
Yeah,
Now,
1 second, Mr. Prestige. Can you hear me? 1 second. So, and I know a lot of people have also said, made this same statement, right? Don't put your eggs in one basket. However, is that not okay? The one basket now, when Igbo or the Southeast states, follow the PDP everywhere they go, right? The 5 Eastern states, we have PDP and all that, right? Is it not the same thing
Yeah.
that's happening now? Is that not the same one basket that they're putting it again? What's the difference? Like if everybody aligns
No,
again with APC, is it not the same?
no. Now, what do I mean? I mean, in this sense, where before now, we are beginning to see APC coming to the eastern state. But before now, the APC is assumed to be a Hausa party, just
Mm,
like the way ABGA is meant to be like a Igbo party.
mm,
You know, the only state that welcomed ABGA party was Nasarawa state,
mm,
that they began to reckon with ABGA. Otherwise, we have always seen. I'm from the Connaught. I'm from Kebbi State. It's Sokoto that gave birth to Kebbi and Zamfara
mm,
State. Now, if Igbo were to come and sell ABGA party to Hausas and they make some key appointment to the Hausas, you will discover that ABGA is actually dragging some position in the north.
mm,
But what basically the typical now come to the far north, you will discover that the strength of PDP when PDP was really, dealing with the center, you will discover that if you come to a particular family, you discover that the family as a whole is either they are from the PDP family or APC family. So it's more like the grandfather of a family belongs to a particular party, and everybody in that family decides to align with the party. So if you go outside that family, it's more like you are deviating from the ideology of that particular family.
mm,
So it goes that way. In the deep north, you not participating in an election or in a voting system is more like you are offending your grandfather or you are offending God to some extent.
mm,
So you discover that the typical Hausa man understand politics from the grassroots.
mm,
He does not. You come to my state, KB State. We don't do politics of APC alone or PDP alone. No, you
mm,
discover that they are sharing their strength. So when this whole thing comes and you discover that either the APC or the PDP is in the center, whichever way development will still come to that place, because we did not put our eggs in one basket. That's what I'm trying to say
I
when I
see.
mean in that sense where we're talking about putting eggs in one basket.
Okay.
But now it's high time that the Easterners keep the politics of hate and bitterness and align with the center, just like the way we are all from previous speakers speaks. I wanted Mrs. Choma to be here because I saw the same line with the way she speaks.
Mm,
It's more like we've been doing one thing over the years and we expect different results and it's not working, and nobody seems to realize that we need to divide our strength and enjoy what other people are enjoying, because whichever way, we are still Nigerians. We
absolutely.
cannot continue to keep quarreling over the years with the same person that is assumed to be our father and be expecting the same benefit with that person that loves our daddy.
Mm, okay.
Whoever the daddy is, whether I choose him or not, hence he has become our father, whichever way we look at it. So he makes provision to what we eat and what we drink and the road we pass and other things that we enjoy as basic amenity. So the best thing to do is to pretend I love him, whether I like him or not. To pretend I like him, come and bring something to the table. Now, just like the other man said that David Omayi can, virtually do anything in this country and get
One
away
second.
with it,
I was
is
a little bit
because
stuck on
this
when
man
you
has
say
come to
one
align
second.
with the.
1 second, Mr. Prestige. When you say father and daddy, I don't know. Father is okay, but daddy is a little bit. I don't know. We get us that daddy sound, but father, yeah, but daddy, I don't know. That one did a little
Okay,
bit.
let me retrieve the daddy and use the father, if that will if you will understand me better. All right,
Yeah, go
can I
ahead.
go on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I'll be right back. Just go ahead.
So now you see that there are some key people, there are some key politicians in the east there. Let's start with Wiki. Let's talk about David. Let's talk about the Senate president. Those people actually joined the center politics during Buhari, and they immediately propelled to a position where you cannot even imagine. Imagine if they had done that way before now, things that they would have been enjoying. And now, these particular key people who we're talking about have come to create a base that the Igbo people or the Easterner are beginning to see the benefit that they actually may have been enjoying over time. By and large, what I'm trying to say here is,
right? And if you want to please
let's
use
keep
that
the
to round
politics
up.
of
So
bitterness so that
if
we
you
will
want to
not
use that to
feel
round up so that we can move
marginalized
forward.
all the time, so that we will be among people that will be decision makers if Nigeria is still our country and we still want to maintain Nigeria as our country. I think I'll just end my thoughts here and listen to other speakers.
All right, thank you, Mr. Prestige. Appreciate it. And I would have to drop you at the actually, yeah, I'm already past that. I wanted to stay here for 2 hours, but we're already close to 3 hours. So, but the people who are requesting, unfortunately, we can't bring you up at this time. We could just exhaust the people we're here now. Let me bring up one last person. I know I just said I'm not going to bring up anybody, but anyway, I'll bring up one last person and then we'll just exhaust the people that are on the guest list and go from there for today. But anyway, I think that guy, okay. We have Amarachi here. Amarachi is in the house. Amarachi is also a co-host. Make una pardon me. Make we hear our thoughts on this topic, and we go from there. All right, Amarachi, thank you for joining, my sister. Thank you for joining. Let's hear your thoughts on the topic.
Yeah, Biapolo, is that my turn?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, Biapolo, I wanted to make something straight, right?
Okay.
I feel that sometimes some people just make some statement that's funny. OI made a statement that said that Buhari said that we are dot in a circle. Please, he shouldn't make that statement again. Why did he say we are dot in a circle? He said, this IPOP, you can go and watch it. And I quote, this IPOP are just a dot in a circle. And how does if the whole Igbos IPOP, let me not tell, IPOP is organization. IPOP is organization the last time I checked. And if you're not a member of organization, of any organization, you're not their member. Yes, you're not their member. Nobody should use that word. And nobody should blackmail the Igbos with this kind of talk. If you don't align, the North knows that you've unalived their leaders. What's that? And it's supposed to be a Nigerian, a patriotic Nigerian speaking. Wow. Okay, that's by the way.
But Amarachi, so I think the where he was coming from with that. I'm not trying to what did they call him now? Make up for him or whatever, right? The point where he was coming from, there was a previous caller that said categorically, he said, quote and unquote, that we don't need to align with Yoruba people. We need to align with the North. So that's what he was referencing. That's what he was referencing. In that context, if you can put it in that context.
Okay. That's what he was referring.
Yes.
That the Hausas knows. Now, if we start digging out the histories, everybody, both the Hausas, Yorubas, the Igbos, they have one bad thing or the other. Yes. So the word of Buhari is there. Go and read it. Go and check it.
Fair enough.
This IPOP are just a dot in a circle. This IPOP, the word this and IPOP, have you not seen how he was bracketing the people he's talking to?
Myself, I don't even know self until I think some other person addressed it on Facebook, Ifanye Kemezi, and you're also addressing it. So I know I heard something like that. So, but I didn't know the context either. But it's good to know that he was actively referring to IPOB. So that one at least is a relief. Yep.
Nobody should misquote the former president. Okay. Because I read that this thing, and I read it several times, and I always talk to our brothers who said, oh, Buhari said that Igbo. I said, shut up. It's not, he didn't say Igbos. He says this IPOP. People should stop this nonsense. Nobody should misquote the man. Please. I don't think Buhari hates any Igbo person. He doesn't hate anybody. He has his own ideology where the Igbos are. And I have my own ideology where the Hausas are. Is this right to think? Is this right to feel that this is what I feel? I'm not going to take it away from him. Okay? Another thing is that You see, when people now say, oh, if you don't align with the center, you're not going to get anything, that's a lie. We have governors, and our governors are being given allocations. Our senators are being given their own conspiracy project. If they're not doing with it, they're not using it to do what they're supposed to do. I'm not going to fight the president for that. It's not my business. It is the business of my governor to do what he has been given money for. My senator to do what he has been given money for. So nobody should use that word. It's funny, but for me, I have to register my displeasure. Another thing is that every Nigerian, every section of Nigeria deserves development from the federal government according to the federal character. Whether you vote for this person, you don't vote for this person. The reason why they said, oh, vote result to get federal government presence or align with the center, I think is because of when it comes to appointment. So that the president will see, oh, this person people vote for me. I think I have to put 2 of their sons here. That's it. And the money they get, the salary they get from there is in their pocket, not in my pocket. The only thing they do for me maybe is to say, oh, Mr. President, there is this thing, please, can you help, can the federal government help to fund this, to fund this, to fund this? But as far as I'm concerned, Tinubu is giving my governors money. He's giving my... So even if I decide not to vote for Tinubu, it's not going to stop my allocation from coming. Yes, it's not going to stop it. So nobody should make it look as if, oh, if you do not vote for Tinubu, you're not going to stop your allocation will stop coming. No. No, it's not true. That's
It's
for
just
me.
that some people
But as
think,
for
and me, I also think that, aligning with the center, it has positives. Like, Tinubu, again, is somebody that is just a different type of person, right? Like this Southeast Development Commission, he has no reason for creating that for us, right? Because if a person like Buhari for no do am, plain blank simple, if for no do am. But Tinubu, out of the
yes.
generosity of his heart, in do am. So those are the things that if you align with the center, you could get more of those things. And I agree with you. The ministers, their salary now for their pocket. But Umahi is bringing some of those developments back to the East. So that's how, again, it can impact the East or your region, the region of the people where, they for those positions. But yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, Biapolo, I also understand the fact that our brother Omai is there. He's not bringing any extra thing to the Southeast. Rather, he's going around Nigeria. Nobody should make it look as if he's only giving to Southeast. He's going around Nigeria to build federal route, not only in Southeast. I don't like when Nigerians begin to use that time. Oh, they're giving you this. They should be giving others that, not only Southeast. Nigerians deserve it. It is their country, right? So it's only in Nigeria that we'll be hearing, oh, if you don't do this, you're not going to do this. It's only in Nigeria. In other countries, they just develop their country everywhere. You go any section of Nigeria, you go any section of your country, you go and live there. It's not only in Nigeria that we have tribes. There are tribes in all over, including in Asia. But you don't see them speak about their tribe. You only see them speak about their country. Yes, Biapalo. But for me, some of this sentiment is funny for me. But I understand where it's coming from. At the same time, nobody deserves to hold any section of Nigeria on rampage because they didn't vote for you. That's a lie. If you want to vote, you have the right. We only say align to the center so that your people will also be in decision making. Apart from sitting on the round table, making
Buhari
decisions.
held. I wanted to cut you there.
Buhari put our people. Yes.
No, Buhari.
That's why the fact we didn't vote for him.
Yeah, Buhari cheated us out of a lot of things, and he said it too. I know said the other one you said an IPOB in there specifically referred to. The other one in talk
I'm not telling you. I'm telling you to go and watch his exact words.
No,
if you come back
I
and
hear
watch
you.
his thoughts,
I'm not arguing or
go
disputing
and watch
that.
his exact word.
The point I'm trying to make is he also said 95%, 97% and 5%. That he will not give people that voted for him 97%, and people. He said that as well. That's the point I was trying to make. This one, no talk IPOB. He said this.
Yes, Biapalo. If I am the president of Nigeria today, I'm going to look after those who vote for me first.
But your own argument now, you're not contradicting your argument that everybody should enjoy.
I didn't say. I said, if not for
I think we lost her there.
Sorry for that.
All right,
So
no
if
problem.
not
Okay.
for, if not for if not for the voting pattern, your people being in the center, being sitting at the center to make decision, nothing else. Every president has the right to vote to put whoever he feels that is his trust
Absolutely.
to be in his corner. So it's not all about southeast or southwest or whatever. No,
Absolutely.
you have the right. Whoever you feel you always have comfortable with working with, you work with that person. Thank you.
Fair enough. And I like the point of argument you come, the side of the argument you come from. It makes a lot of sense, and, bringing Asia, the tribes. Mr. Oyabeg, make I just finish, please. Bringing the point of Asia when you said there are tribes and in Asia, but you never hear them talking about tribes. They only talk about their country. That's a very good point. Intelligent point, not good. Make we call them waiting the beats, and it's an intelligent point. Not only for Nigeria, where you go see, Igbos, Yorubas, Hausa, all that good stuff, But it's interesting. It's interesting. But thank you, Ms. Amarachi, for that point of argument, that side of argument. I appreciate it. Mr. Oye, I know say she call your name, so I guess you want to respond to that, but my time don't elapse. We don't need 3 hours.
Not necessarily respond. I just want to clarify something. So,
okay.
Now, the whole interview, and there was a reason why they said they said they called the Igbos a dot in a circle. There's a reason for that. Now, context matter. When he was being asked, he was not asked about IPOB. Yes, he mentioned IPOB, but what followed was the fact that these people are all over the country. They have businesses all over the country. That was his exact statement, and that was why they said he was not speaking to just IPOB. He said these people have businesses all over the country. They have businesses all over the country. They are everywhere. That was what he said. So now, are you telling me was still specifically mentioned we are speaking to IPOB? The whole interview was there. The question was specific. It was asking about the whole region and about the cessation in the region, that the cry is growing, and what does he have to say to that? Yes, he mentioned IPOB, but the statement that followed was not specifying IPOB anymore. He specifically, go and check the statement. But there's no need for argument. He said what he said.
Fair
and
enough.
He went further to still mention about the 95%. So if you want to take it that I was only talking to IPOB, okay, good luck.
Fair enough. Thank you, Mr. Oye. Make we not drag that argument. Make we continue with the show. We have other people who've been waiting here, and I appreciate you guys' patience. Mr. Martin, Mr. Future Plug, Mr. All Opinion Matters. We'll go use All Opinion Matters and the show. But let's go to Mr. Martin Oladele. Thank you so much for being Mr. Martin. Before you join, let me just greet people waiting for chats. They've been here for so long. Make we just salute them small before we continue with the conversations. All right, we have Ruby S1. Ruby S1 says, have Igbos not said worse things to other tribes? You tell me, my brother or my sister. You tell me. Ryan says, my Oye, stop that. My Oye, stop that. What, my Oye, what's my Oye? Anyway, Mr. Ryan says he did not call Igbos. He was specific about IPOB. I know that I hear a statement like that, but I wasn't too diligent to go and read or hear everything. I don't too like that guy. That's just one thing. I don't too like the guy. Anyway, Joseph Ihedoro. The moderator needs to learn more. It's either he does not know much or your platform is for APC agent. All right. So what if my platform is for APC? So what? APC agent is not supposed to get platform. My brother Joseph. APC agent made a no get platform. Say, make I learn. What do you want me to learn? I can't know everything, my brother. I know if you know everything, I go know the ones where I know. And that's why I'm having these conversations. And you don't know, obviously. That's the reason why I actually started this to host these shows, to learn. Mr. Oye, they teach me. Mr. Bam Bam, they teach me. Choma, they teach me. Not be just me, us. They teach us. Ijele, they teach us. Amarachi, they teach us. Everybody will come here, they teach everybody. One man cannot know everything. One woman cannot know everything. You learn, my brother. Come on now. Come off it. If not that girl where they do skit, you go say, come off it. Come off it, my brother. Come off it. Anyway, Bam Bam said they talk about their tribe too. Ask India. Okay. Fair. Yeah, I know say India, yeah, man. India, they own too much. But we no talk about India. India, they own too much. India, they look skin color self. You get how your skin go dark. You no go reach position. You get position, you no go ever reach for your life. India, their own war, so not true, Mr. Bambam, not true. You see what I'm saying, right? Mr. Bambam, don't they teach us again from the comment, right? You see what I'm saying? Anyway, talk what you want to talk. Talk what you want to talk. Van Chris, so because some Americans didn't vote for, all right, let's not talk about America. Omo George, one, democracy is a game of do for me, I do for you. Absolutely. Totally agree, Omo George. Ikenga Casey says, so in abroad, they take care of people that voted for them. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, now why I don't like that Buhari man? Now why I don't like that Buhari man? Anyway, Barrister ITK, I too know. Barrister, I too know. How did he deny Igbos where there is federal character? You see that thing why they talk? I too know. I too know, Barrister. Answer the question by yourself. Rate, see them, Rate. I would do a monologue on this. It is not necessarily Ratel, but just this idea of Nigerian men eulogizing another man. A grown man go see another man, say, now my Ratel. Are you fucking kidding me? There's no other group of men that does this shit, right? Not only Nigerian men that do this bullshit. You go, and a grown man go to eulogize another man. Yo, it's unfucking believable, man. Come off it. Now I go tell you, come off it again. Come off it, man. Come off it. Ratel. Come on now. That's silly. It's corny. It ain't corny. It ain't corny. Go check the meaning of corny, man. It's corny. A grown man will probably get children. You eulogize another man. Same shit with IPOB people. Nnamdi Kanu is whiter than white. It's unfucking believable. Not only for Nigeria where you go see that kind of behavior. Only in Nigeria. Only in Nigeria, you go see grown men, they eulogize another man. Another grown man. Not be saying be politician or maybe president. Just like the other guy come here, they talk daddy. You know, that daddy sounded weird to me. Like, how you call another man daddy? Come on now, you don't know who your daddy be. You know, you can say father. Father is a little bit, you know, but daddy, come on now, that daddy is a little bit personal, you know. You don't know who your daddy be. You talk about daddy. Come on now. Come on now. You know, and this is a grown man still calling another person a daddy. Come on now. Nigerian men, man, we need to do better. For real. We need to do better for our sons. If for nothing, for our sons, man. For our sons. But anyway, let's get back to the guests here. Mr. Martin, let's hear your thoughts on this topic. Appreciate your patience, man, Mr. Martin. I appreciate your patience. Thank you. Make we give a round of applause for his patience. All right.
Thank you. It's not beer parlor chat shows this.
Yeah, beer parlor. Now beer parlor show we did.
I celebrate you.
Thank you. All right.
I celebrate your intelligence. You are doing fantastic for that country.
Thank you
are doing greatly. Yeah, thank you. Maybe I might be not getting it rightly though, but my own view is this. Nigeria state is a contradiction. There's nothing connecting Igbo with Fulani. Culturally. There's nothing that brought Igbo with Fulani culturally together. And nothing brought Fulani and Yoruba, nothing. There's several things that contradiction, that kind of things. The philosophy is completely different. We are more or less having collusions or divergent views. So we couldn't form a consensus because it's kind of contradictions.
But how about America?
We answer about America. America people are immigrants. Nigeria are indigenous people. They are different.
I don't know, man, but it's still a country. I hear you on that, but it's still a country, though.
The America are immigrants. They don't own the land.
But there are indigenous people in America, even in Canada.
No. They have been rather negligible. Majority of them are immigrants. Even Donald Trump is not indigenous of America. It's not the president.
Let's not go there, please. I bet. Make TikTok.
Don't let us go there, please.
Make TikTok come on line pursue us now.
Okay, don't let us go there.
But the point is, my brother, the point I'm trying to make is, yes, I hear you on that. However, it's still a it's still a country. America is a country,
Okay,
whether
I will
they're
ask, no,
indigenous
it's
or
not
not.
a country, it's an illusion country, it's not illusions.
How about
Nigeria
Canada?
consists,
How
let
about
me
Canada?
explain to you, sir.
How about Canada?
Let me explain to you, please. Let me explain to you.
Go ahead.
Nigeria, let me explain to you. Just calm down, sir.
I said go ahead.
Let me explain to you. Don't jump it, please.
I
Please
said
give me 1 minute.
go ahead. Stop repeating yourself.
Okay,
Let
sir.
me
Okay,
go
okay.
ahead. Go ahead. You go
Okay,
ahead.
sir. Okay, sir.
Me and you know the fight. I hope you know we're not
Nigeria
fighting. I hope you know we're not fighting,
Nigeria
my brother.
Nigeria wasn't consult when Nigerian state was being created. It was an impositions in spite of that contradiction that we're having. There's no agreement to form a nation. Nobody. I look at Ghana.
All right, let me ask you this. Why does it matter? Why does it matter?
It matters because your loyalty, you must be able to decide by yourself. Nobody will impose it on you. They mustn't deny your human rights, your dignity of deciding what you want for your life.
Okay.
Nigeria was imposed on Nigerians.
Okay.
Out of contradictions.
All right, fair enough. You've made that point, Mr. Martin. Which country would you say is just like everybody there, they're homogeneous? Which country would you point out?
Which country?
Yeah.
But in my view, I know what you're coming from.
It's a fair question. It's an honest question.
I will answer you. There's no country that relative uniformity. There's no country.
So why is the Nigeria? Why are you picking on the Nigerian issue then?
I will answer why I'm picking on Nigeria. I will answer you. They structure that country in like that kind of diversity. But Nigeria want to form uniformity. That's where it's coming from. Go to Indians, divergent view in India. They have regional something to arrange it. You are going to force people with a similar philosophy. All those people have great philosophies about themselves.
All right.
They're going to collide with each other.
Who are the they that are trying to force us to conform to uniformity? Why can't who are the they that are forming us to conform to uniformity?
That coup that we had, that would have forced us to come on conformity. Nobody consulted with the bloodshed. It was an imposition. It was the beginning of violence in Nigeria.
You said the coup was an imposition.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I'm trying to understand, how is the coup an input? Like 4 or 10, I don't know.
Let me tell you why.
A group of young officers decide to do something. You say now imposition. Like, how is that?
Nigeria wasn't consulted. They forced on Nigerians. They were the bloodshed.
You're repeating the same things.
People.
You're repeating the same things. They look for points, like reasons.
Yeah, I'm giving that only if they consult Nigeria, and Nigeria agreed. That's why it's tenable.
So you're saying the coup plotters should have consulted Nigeria to agree to the coup?
That's it, for uniformity, from one nation.
Do you know what a coup is?
No. They shouldn't even plot a coup. It's out of greed. Let me tell you why they plotted a coup. Let me tell you why they plotted a coup.
Let's hear it.
They plotted a coup. It's about to get attend to Lagos State. That's why they plotted a coup.
Say that again. They plotted a coup to
They plotted a coup to get a link with Lagos State. That's why they plotted a coup. We are all living in our region, separate region.
That was the idea now. That one not the hidden now. It's not like it's a hidden agenda.
It was a selfishness.
They wanted to take over power, and the power was in Lagos. So it's not like a new information.
For one Nigeria. Yoruba doesn't have for one Nigeria. You cannot force on your Yorubas.
1 second. Slow down, Mr. Martin, please. Slow down. Bring your temper down. Me and you know the fight. I beg. Slow down. Me and you know the fight. Let me take them one by one. You say they plotted the coup because they wanted to have link to Lagos, right? That's what you said, right?
That's it.
But that's not a new information. If you plot coup to take over power.
That's what that was it on their own selfish agenda, not about Nigeria agenda.
Obviously. I mean, again, you're not giving us new information.
No, we couldn't sign to that kind of deals.
But the coup plotters were Nigerians. They were not outsiders.
No. The coup plotter are Nigeria for the Southeast.
Okay, I agree with you, but they are Nigerians, right? But they are Nigerians, right? So when so you're saying the Southeast was trying to conform Nigeria to uniformity. Is that your argument?
I want to say this one to you, sir. Nigeria cannot be formed whether we like it or not.
1 second before we talk about
No,
this.
no, no.
Other
I don't want to be dragging it.
1 second, my brother, Mr. Martin. You say they are trying to make Nigeria conform to uniformity. Is that what you said, or I'm quoting you wrong?
That said that the coup plotters, yeah, they imposed one Nigerian state without their consent. That was a criminal event, a criminalist done to Nigeria. It's a just damage. Nigeria wasn't consulted.
So are you saying the coup plotters were the people that formed Nigeria? Are they trying?
No.
One Nigeria.
No, they formed one Nigeria. We are in different regions. Nobody asked for one Nigeria. We are all living peaceful on our region, doing our own thing.
Ah, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah, we are all living peaceful. They changed the technologies of Nigeria. They forced upon Nigeria state.
I see.
It was a criminal event.
My brother, regardless of how loud you shout the criminal event, everybody knows that the coup plotters, they are criminals. It doesn't matter how loud you shout it to change it. Everybody knows that one.
We must correct it for our way forward. We cannot live like one Nigeria.
What are you trying to correct? What are you trying to correct?
We must go back to regional government that we were before. We are not one.
All right, fair enough. I think we've dragged this other side of the conversation a lot. Make we bring them back to the topic we're there for screen. If you want to talk about it. Must Igbos align with power?
I think Igbos is left to Igbo to decide what they want to do for their own best interest and destiny. I cannot tell Igbo how to play their destiny. My interest is not there. Igbos be able to know what's best for Igbos.
Fair enough.
What I think might be good for them might not be good for Igbos in their own perspectives. So I cannot tell them what to do. Their politics basically depend on Igbos.
Fair enough.
But in my own Yoruba side, we might align with the central.
Yeah, fair enough. 1 second, my brother. I hear you that Yoruba must align with the center. Fair enough, and that's a good point. However, we're not discussing Yoruba aligning with center today, and I respect you not wanting to interfere or have an opinion on what the Igbos do with themselves. But with that, we'll just move forward with the show, so that we don't go waste anybody's time. But I appreciate your thoughts on, the coup plotters and imposing uniformity on Nigeria. I appreciate all your thoughts. I appreciate you, but we're going to need to move forward at this point. But thank you for joining again, Mr. Martin.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I like your platform. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Martin. And thanks again for your patience. Really appreciate it. All right, future plug. Another person that has been here for a minute. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for your patience. Let us hear your thoughts on the topic, please.
All right, thank you. It's actually my first time joining here, but
okay. Thank you.
Hopefully I'll make it quick. And if Amarachi is still here, please, I'm sending a kiss to you because you spoke some of my mind. But anyway, I would
send her rose, no be kiss. How much kiss? Wait, how much is kiss?
No. I meant literal kiss. But anyway,
okay.
And let me start with an introduction. You said that you were going to talk about Nigerian men eulogizing another man.
Yeah, that's another conversation for another day, my brother.
Whenever you have that conversation, I want to be at the forefront carrying the placard for those.
We'll go talk about. I'm going to do that monologue. I still write the script. So maybe by tomorrow
because I don't understand how they are making a demigod out of a mere mortal, like a human being like them. But you can see it play out around the country. And that is why a lot of people look up to these men in politics, look up to so and so person. And once they utter a word, it seems as if their word has shattered. Obi Cubana will say, I'm voting for APC tomorrow. People are now like, hey, God. They start cussing them because they've like men almost, it's almost as if they want to worship their fellow man just because of they see he has a little change here, this one has a little change. And once they utter something online, everybody is running haywire, like as if Obi Cubana and Cubana chief priest makes up the entire Southeast or the entire Igbo region, which is absurd to me as a person looking at that. It has nothing to do with me beefing on them for their money. I mean, everyone for their pockets, because that's what the Igbo man believes. And this leads me to actually what I was going to say. People on here have been saying, oh, Igbo needs to align with the center. And I ask again, what does aligning with the center mean? Does it mean, because a lot of people are confusing it with the office of the president, which I'll speak on, doing what he needs to do for the interest of the country all around the region to the person occupying the position. I think they are thinking everyone needs to aligning this with the center means join their political party, vote for him. If we all do that, if everyone votes in block and vote for the same party, what then happens to the opposition? Because you need a viable opposition to thrive in the country. Even the person occupying the current office of the president, the seat, at one point he staged a one-man, when he was governor, he staged a one-man protest, not literally, when Obasanjo was not giving him his due and his returns. And everybody was like, yeah, people stood with him behind it, because you need a certain level of opposition and pushback in government for it to become a system and thrive and become an institution. You don't need yes men all the time. I am not saying that if anybody decides in the Igbo or Southeastern region to vote for APC or vote for another party, that they shouldn't. But making it seem as if you people are lying here so that you can receive development. Excuse me, is the government not supposed to provide development within the region and across the entire region? I think one of the things they are missing is that the office of the president is an institution, not the person. The institution means the institution is greater than the person. It's an office, just like you have it around the world, like in the US as well. It's an office. You come today, you go tomorrow. But the character of the office remains the same. Provide safety, provision of safety and of lives and property, and provide development across the regions. So, like Amarachi said, everyone is receiving federal character. We're not going to hold Mr. President ransom. If you give us our own, the Southeasterners will use it and develop the region. But I want to touch back on something, right?
Okay.
And I'll tell you why the Igbo region or the Southeasterners behave the way they behave a little bit culturally. We believe, I'm from the Southeast, we believe that everybody carves a path for their own self. And that is why you see that resilience sometimes. Back in the days, people used to have small cheese you have your own carved out small chi that you believes in your destiny. And that is why we say onye kwe chi ekwe. So all man for themselves to an extent. So they thrive on their own, they go out on their own. That is why you hear things like Igbo because they believe they can go out of their way, go out on their own, hustle, do their own thing. They are not looking for you to feed them. And I can categorically tell you, people keep saying, oh, Oman, he's building bridge, he's bringing some of this development. Excuse me, if you use taxpayers' money from the government and provide development, why is it that when they build maybe a bridge in the Southeast, the next thing is we are bringing development to the Southeast, they are bringing things. But when it's built elsewhere, nobody talks about it. It doesn't look as if it's development. Why is it that anything done in the Southeast is a topic of, oh, they are giving you people things. This is the benefit benefit, but other people are receiving the same benefit. What is the problem, or what have this region done so much that every little advantage or edge they get is talked about as if they are doing you so much good service that, oh, look at all the things they are doing for you, but it's done elsewhere. So
let me play devil's advocate here, right? I think
okay,
it's
go ahead, yeah.
I think they are not, the people that are saying these things like that, they're not finishing that statement. The last part of the statement is, in spite of, say, una fight us, we are bringing this thing to you. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate there. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not, but I think that's what it is.
I don't understand. Let me explain something. Let me also say this, right?
Yeah.
And especially from the region I come from within the Southeast, I can categorically beat my chest that the government has not done up to half of what the citizens themselves do for their respective places. Where I come from, we practice what is called an age grade system. the age grade within it recycles every 4 years or year by year, and other people take it up. The age grade system built schools, hospital, maternity wards, roads. The government has only participated maybe up to 20%. So, and I see that replicate itself across different Southeast regions. It might not be as much as the place I'm from, right? But you see that replicate itself in small pockets around different Southeast regions.
Yep.
What that tells you is that the Igbos, even after they gave them £20 to rebuild, have been rebuilding their community long time ago. So when you talk about development, they're bringing development, they have been doing it on their own. And that is why sometimes it seems as if they don't need you, or they don't need, like, what is the development that you're bringing that they've not seen or that they've not contributed their money to? If you go abroad, you will find almost all Igbo or Southeastern villages that have associations and unions. And they make contributions and take it back home for development. Okay, we are using this to build road. Okay, but we're using this. And what I'm asking is that region, like you write, are they not part of South Nigeria? The people keep saying, oh, in spite of all. Then the people have said, okay, can we go? And people will say no. Some people say, oh, go. Some people say go. So I think, like you rightly said, these things are not called for. For me, if anybody wants to vote for anybody, they should vote for. Nobody is holding anybody. Yeah. But at the same time, people cannot come and make the argument that, oh, you people have to align with the center. I don't understand what that means. You people are not telling other people to. Does it mean join one party and vote for the same person so that you can have development, or so you can have a piece of the national cake, or so what? That does not make any sense to me. If they want to, anybody that wants to vote as their heart pleases, or as they've thought that this makes sense to them, they should go ahead. But let us ask, the people that have aligned, or the people that are coming, again, I know I mentioned something earlier, right? People forge their way, the Southern Easterners and the Igbo communities, they forge their way for their own selves. A lot of these people you see, let me speak categorically now, supporting or saying, okay, I'm going to vote for APC. And I can make a bold statement. Number one, they are doing it for their pocket. And number two, after a while, you will see them come out and make some kind of, I'm not retracting that statement, but be like, okay, now we need to fight for our own. You know, we supported, we haven't really seen this. You will see them make certain statements that you're like, this guy is just foolish. Because at the end of the day, he was after his pocket. Yeah. So nobody is saying they should not go and vote for them. Nobody say you should not vote for who your heart pleases. But when people make statements of, oh, align with the center, oh, so that you can bring development, I think that is an insult, to put it mildly. But thanks.
Fair enough, and thank you, Mr. Future Plug. Absolutely, I agree with a few things you said there, you know. But the side where I disagree a little bit now, when you come say they say let them go, you say no. You know, the people that are agitated to go now, IPOB people, and those people, I don't know. Make we not go there for today. But thank you, Mr. Future Plug, for your thoughts on the topic.
Biapalo, I also want to chip on one thing, right? Every Nigerian deserve the benefit of Nigeria, right? And I think I used to always say that Nigerians are the reason our leaders are misbehaving, and Nigerians doesn't know their potentials. They don't know what they could do. Why, if they are standing together, if not for the fact that we always do this Yoruba thing, Hausa thing, Fulani thing, Nigeria would have gone far from this part it is. Our leaders take advantage of that, and they are happy when we do that. You see, they watch us do it, and when they want to go, they go to the inner room to share the money back, and everybody walks away. Yeah. You understand? So, but when Nigerians come out to say, oh, if you don't align, the North will not vote for you. If you don't align with the Southeast will not vote for you. As a Nigerian, I begin to see the fact why our leaders doesn't do well. They don't care. No part of Nigeria is better today. Every part of Nigeria has one problem. That problem is leadership. That problem is putting the money of Nigerians to Nigerians. Yep. You understand? So that is it. Until Nigerians know that fact, we're not going to get, whether we like it or not, they will continue to fail Nigeria. We are failing our country, not our leaders. Yes, we are failing our country, not our leaders. Our leaders are happy with what they are doing. So that is it. Another thing is that I keep saying it. Umahi is working every section of Nigeria. I'm seeing all the road he's doing, and this money are being approved by the Senate. If the Senate found that if this thing is being taken one side, they're gonna fall about it. Yes, they're gonna fault it. So nobody should make it look as if it's how it's no, it's not fair. Yeah. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Amarachi. All opinion matters. Let us hear your thoughts on the topic. Now you will go close the show today. Let us hear your thoughts on the topic. And thank you for coming back, my brother. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Beer Parlor Podcast, for the opportunity. I feel like people, sometimes you can say the correct thing, but when you're saying it within the wrong context, then it makes it wrong. When they say must Igbo align with power to get what? So what the speakers are talking about is must Igbo align with power to survive? No. But when they say must Igbo align with power to get power? So some of the speakers that have spoken before were speaking that must Igbo align with power to get power. They cannot give 60 million Igbos power. It has to be pocket few of the leaders from there that will get power. Right? So power is beneficial to a large number of people, but one person has to receive it. So some people are speaking on must Igbo align with power to get power. Some people are speaking on must Igbo align with power to even survive. No. So there are two different distinct things, right? So that's where the discord is coming from. If you say must Igbo align to be able to live, no, they have been living all this while. Even if there's even some states that are not recognized as a country in the world, and they are living fine. They have their own money. So I'm not going to go into that, but I'm saying that categorically everybody knows that Igbos do not need to align with Central, because even the federating system allows you to thrive within your state, right? But however, if the complaint of some of the quarters is that, why do we not have Igbo as president? Why do you not have Igbo as Senate president? It means now we are talking about we want some of the pocket few leaders to occupy position within the general context of Nigeria. Then it means that you need to make national appeal now. So when we speak the conversation, people should separate it. So let's make an example.
Before you make the example, right? You said the Igbos should be Senate president. Igbos don't hold Senate president like Asara in the past.
No, but now it is.
I was going to say that too.
Wait, one second. That was prior to 2015. Right?
That was some people who never hold on before now. So if not prior to that,
wait, now let me see. When I speak with the context of one thing.
Go ahead.
Right? If I'm speaking from the context of Igala, or from Nukwe, from Ishekiri, I would. But if I'm making a national appeal, I won't say that. I'm thinking like, okay, this is the context of an Igbo person. We say that this is power. I'm not saying that generally in Nigeria.
I see what you're saying.
There is no particular point in problem in Nigeria that says one tribe is more important than another. We can always shout the Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba. But there are so many tribes in Nigeria, and why is it that we push them down the narrative? Because we try to make our own needs more important. So we don't see our own bias because we are from the majority tribe, not considering how the minority feel. Some of this minority are even put within regions with us. Just imagine the Egu people in the southwest. So this is what it is, right? When you stay with Russia, you stay with the USSR, there's going to be the Monroe Doctrine. I don't want to go. Yeah. You understand what I mean now? Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, if you look at, for instance, what I was saying before was President Buhari is one of the presidents that did want to talk about infrastructure more to the east. But however, I'm going to tell you why now. I'm going to. But however, yeah.
Now second Niger bridge.
wait now. Yeah, the only project he did in the southwest was the railway connecting Lagos to Ibadan. He did the second Niger bridge. He did the Onesi seaport. He did the upgrading of Enugu State to have international airports. But however, the people feel like something was missing. You gave few infrastructure, but you took power from us. So it's always going to be unpopular there, right? Fair enough. What we are trying to say is that some people have what they want, because people believe that power gives visibility more, and power reenact our status as being one of the 3 top tribes in Nigeria. So that's one bias, right? I just have to put it down there. And then when people speak, there's one thing that we have to speak in reality, in the context of reality and the context of assumption. Saying that Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, it is, how do I put it? It is the reality that we have to face. I personally believe that it is a big problem because we are disenfranchising so many people that are from minority tribes in Nigeria by doing so. But it is a reality that we have to face, that these 3 people are aligning more. Some people believe they are more Yoruba. They are first Yoruba before they are Nigerian. They're first Hausa before they're Nigerian. They're first Fulani before they're Nigerian. They're first Igbo before they're Nigerian.
Yeah.
All of these facts is reality on ground. We want to assume that Nigeria, most of this Nigeria, when we go abroad, we don't even understand, we don't focus on those contexts of tribe. But when we are inside Nigeria, people believe this strongly. Any context that they want to give is always on that regard. So you can always want to lie to ourselves and say the context called Nigeria, blah, blah, blah. But the reality on ground is that people do believe in these tribes so much. And that's the difference between us, like one of the speakers has said, and some other countries of the world, because the nationalism in itself is not there. And if you look at samples like the 300 years ago France and how Napoleon was able to unite them and all of that, how they were fighting for banners, you would understand the context of how tribes and pockets of people can be uniformed. But I believe that social engineering has to go on that, and people need to drop this card of tribe and focus on the nationality, because again, that's what matters. We are not a pariah state. When we go outside there, nobody understands our tribe. We have to understand the nationality. Even when we wanted the option to break up, it was not possible. Cameroonians, Southern Cameroonians were not given the option to stay on their own. They asked them to either join Cameroon or stay in Nigeria. So this is a concern. You can say you want this in the constitution, blah, blah, blah. It's not possible. Let's put it aside. So we are Nigerians and we are always going to be Nigerian. So what we are just trying to say, right, is that when I say, oh, must they align with the center, it is not to survive. People can survive, homeowners can survive you, states can survive you. But when you say that, no, we need power to keep our visibility, then we're having a different conversation and you have to make a national appeal.
Absolutely.
Right? More than ever, other parts of Nigeria, Buhari usually have 12 million votes in 2011 election. But he didn't become president because apart from the fact you have really popular vote, you still need to 25% is the majority of the state. So it means you need to make an appeal. Let's make an example of the Southwest. The Southwest today, right, minus the fact in the general election, they lost Lagos, they lost Osun to PDP, right? In the ADC today, you find people of the Southwest origin, Arebeshola and co in there. Right? If you go to other political parties like that, what I'm trying to say in essence is that if you
want to use this and round up so that we can move forward.
Yeah, if you have people, we're not saying everybody should vote for APC. We are saying that majority of people that come from the East should not all go to one party. If they are in ADC, they should be in Labour Party, they should be in this thing. You can have the benefit of visibility. If the ball falls on ZLP, you have people there who are active politicians who are going to showcase that your visibility, that is going to show you as one of the big powers in Nigeria. So the context is not to say, oh, you must follow other people or anything, like people are making it to be. The context is that put all your cards in different buckets. Till today, out of the 4 governors that are not in the APC, the Southwest still have them in the PDP and in Osun State and in Oyo State. They are not part of the APC. So this is what people are saying and saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Showcase visibility if it's the leadership that you want. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak, so I don't colonize the time.
No problem, my brother. And you don't reach. I won't end the show anyways. But thank you, Mr. All Opinion Martin.
Can I make some submission, please?
Mr. Martin. All right, let's make it quick so that we'll go move forward. It's almost 4 hours now. I don't day here, so let's make it quick.
Thank you, sir. I like my brother's submission, but there's some areas I disagree with him. I'm from the perspective of my tribe first, before Nigeria. That's my own group. And I don't own anybody apology. I believe so much in my civilization of my ancestors that I'm going to protect it. Right. It's my responsibility. So I find it's greater the service
to destroy those great civilizations that we have built, several tribes, to form one purpose. I want to see those different tribes to be promoted and keep on continuing for the coming generation. That price is just too huge for me to pay. In Yoruba, I'm so proud of what my ancestors did.
So why can't these civilizations that your ancestors built, why can't they still be built in Nigeria? Take China, for instance. 5,000 years ago, how many 10,000 years ago, all these histories they are still there in China. And China is a country, right? So why can't these things you're talking about, why can't they be built in Nigeria? Why do you have to be segregate, to be removed from somewhere to build your civilization? Do you get the question?
Thank you. Human being by nature is conqueror. There must be collusions of different civilizations. If we continue to have contradictions, we intend to impose on each other. It's natural nature of human being. It's threatening my own civilizations in that kind of environment. I wouldn't want to threaten any other civilizations. So I want us to keep this kind of beautiful civilization that we had. We mustn't destroy it for Nigeria. I believe we can do better by being on our own. And said that's kind of first one kind of we damage what we have been all these assets, all the donkey years. So I don't agree with that. It's not a must that we must be in the same nation. It's not a must. It's not a must.
Fair enough. Fair enough, Mr. Martin. But that's a whole different conversation for another day, and we won't close the show for today. But I appreciate you sharing your thoughts. And let's greet the people in the chat here. We have Abdullahi Mukhtar. He says, you are included. Mr. Gio, Martin, all right, we're not going to read that, but Mr. Gio, thank you for being here. If you haven't followed me yet, this is a good time to follow me. And for the people who requested, I'm sorry, we have to go. It's 3 hours, 30 minutes. We've been here almost 4 hours. You know, body know before I need to go relax, man. And we'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, we can come back on the show. And I don't know if I'm going to have this same show, but we'll see the show that as the spirit leads. Now they do as the spirit leads. We'll see the topic that we're going to have tomorrow, and we can chop it up as well. But anyway, I appreciate all of you. Dickin Boss, my brother. Dickin Boss, when I show Dickin Boss 95, I'll show him some love, man. That's my brother right there. Anyway, thank you for joining, my brother. Obi Ugu 902, appreciate you. Yoruba Itiju, all opinion matter. Left Flint. Thank you for being here, my brother. Ran. All right, make I salute the people with it for Facebook. Ifanye Kemezie, Fidelo, Sarah. Who else do we have here on Facebook? I appreciate all the beautiful people on Facebook and on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for joining. TikTok, my people, they make me, they come back here every day. They show me so much love. I appreciate you guys. We have Ruby S. We have A-Town Lag, Mr. A-Town Lag, my friend, my brother. Thank you for still being here, my brother. Thank you for joining. Yoruba Tiju, Joseph Edero, Barista Ituno. Thank you for still being here. Amarachi, my sister. Make una check her out. She hosts shows like this as well. We have All Opinion Matters. We have Isaac Nice, Starman, Alpha, Ran, Radio Real Estate. Maybe we'll check her out. They sell real estate. Ozil Hazel, Mr. Violence, Minister of Violence, my brother. Now, Wala, brother, be that. He never Wala me in a while. But thank you, Mr. Minister of Violence. Thank you for being here, my brother. Harry Chika, Mezie Wezi, Obi Ugu, Paparazzi one. Thank you for being here. ABQ31, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining again, ABQ31. Odinaka Ogidi, I've been getting one Ogidi friend when I've been there university for Oka. Anyway, thank you, Odinaka Ogidi. Thank you for being here. Blonde by nature, behold, Akane Bunam Lines. Make una pardon the way why they take pronounce the names. Make una pardon them. If you know your name, say present. But thank you for being here, Akane Bunam. Dickin Boss, my brother, my friend. Thank you for being here. Abdullahi, Mukta, Elenio, Martin, Mr. Martin. Thank you for being here. Mr. Martin Oladele Taylor, behold. We have who else do we have here? We have all the beautiful people who joined today. I appreciate you guys, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And until next time, peace. Now, notice that my signature sign out be that. If I catch anybody, they use that. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys.